price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
Black first, my brothers and my sisters. Welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I'm your host, Afro Elite. I appreciate you guys watching. Please make sure you guys stay tuned because there's going to be a special roast this evening. It's important that you guys watch live. This is something that's been long overdue. I've been putting this on the back burner. I've been trying to ignore doing this roast to this person, but you know what? It's about that time. So I appreciate you guys for being here with us so you guys can enjoy this momentous event. All right. So thank you all. I appreciate you guys. Now, last time we were kind of like a little lagging in the live stream a little bit. So that's why I wanted to make sure that my visual and everything like that was 100% straight. I don't want to be lagging or glitching. I don't want my words to come out like a split second after I say it. You know what I'm saying? You know how that be. Okay. But we're all good. We're all here. So I'm going to start off with the fact that everybody is still salty. Everybody is still salty. All the Democratic shills, all of them, they're still salty that their mammy lost. Their mammy lost the race to Donald Trump by a landslide. It was not even close. And they're mad at us. They're mad at me. They're mad at you, my brothers and my sisters. They're mad at us because they know that we are the ones who exposed the Democrats, Kamala particularly, but the Democratic Party in general. They know that we're the ones responsible for that. Okay, like I said, when she loses, I want to take all the blame, all of it. Don't skip no blame on me, none. If you got extra blame, I want the extra blame too. Any blame, there should be no blame left over. Okay, I said that because I knew that the things that we were doing here was going to directly play a factor in her losing the campaign. I knew that, so that's why I wanted to take claim well before it happened. So they're upset about this. So now their whole new strategy is every little thing that Donald Trump does, and this is not to say that we co-sign Donald Trump, but every little thing that Donald Trump does, what they're going to do now is they're going to be like, huh, you guys voted for it, huh, you see this, you see, you should have, you see this, you voted for it, huh, you voted for it. So now everything he does, now I'm not going to say he's not going to do anything messed up, which is why I never endorsed Donald Trump, never didn't vote for him. Okay, I had people call into the show and ask me about voting for Donald Trump, and I said no. So I never endorsed him. I never backed him. But I'm not going to say just because a no to Donald Trump means a yes for Harris. That doesn't make sense. And I said no to that. Okay, I said more of a no to Harris. But people are going to make it seem like, oh my God, you guys voted for him or you guys supported him because you didn't support Harris. Now, every little thing they do, they're going to embellish it. Everything he does, they're going to embellish it and they're going to be like, oh my God, look at what's happening. It's Armageddon. And here comes the Armageddon and the panicking and everything like that. It's terrible. So that leads me to the clip of Donald Trump. Now, this is actually not a new clip, to be very honest, but these are people are going to Donald Trump's Agenda 47 website, which he's had out for a while. I've seen all these videos. And they're pulling this up and putting this on Twitter as if this is something new. So they put this video out of Donald Trump saying that he's going to do something with DEI. Before we get into that, in the actual context of it, we're going to have to protect the channel and the channel's interest. So we're going to play this as you all are hitting that like button, subscribe button, share button, and leaving a comment. We're going to play this. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. This is a clip. I didn't even think I needed to download it. I'm just going to take it straight off of Twitter. All right. I posted this earlier today. So this is Donald Trump saying what a lot of people have interpreted as reparations for white people. So let's get into it.
And getting their money's worth. Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all. We are going to have real education in America. Thank you. And getting their money's worth.
Now, a couple things to say about this. Number one, we're going to discuss the application of this, and then we're going to discuss the intent. Let's break this down from a legal perspective. The first thing I want to address about this is that this is the whole using the DOJ, the DOJ. Notice how he says he's going to direct the DOJ to pursue legal actions against racial discrimination. Now, is he talking about racial discrimination against black people? He's not saying that he's talking about white people because he really can't say that, but we kind of understand his intent with this. Now, this can be flipped. We're going to get to that in a second, but how he directs the DOJ to pursue what he claims as racial discrimination, that's something that the Democrats could have been doing. The Democrats Biden could have been doing this. Everybody's all like, oh, he's going to get the DOJ to defend white folks. Why didn't Biden have the DOJ defending black people? All of our legitimate racial discrimination, not just with schools, not colleges, just general hate crimes, employment, business, everything. Our general hate crimes that we face more than anybody else, Biden, Obama, they could have been directing the DOJ to pursue hate crimes charges or civil cases and all that stuff for our justice. They're not doing that. So if you can say what you want to say, and I'm not going to say I agree with it, but Trump is looking out for his people way more than Biden ever looked out for black people. And Trump ain't even in office, and he talking about using the DOJ to defend his supporters. And Biden has been in office, and he's not used the DOJ in any circumstance for our benefit at all. Neither the whole 8 years Obama was in office. So I just think that that's very interesting. Okay, so if we're going to use this clip and put it in the context of comparison, Biden is still in office. Let's not forget that. Biden and Harris are still in office. So why are they not doing that? With all of the racial hate crimes and things like that. Now, they'll go out and they'll sing. They'll go out to the damn funeral or the eulogy, and they'll bring a thing of flowers to the funeral or eulogy, but they're not going to actually do anything, as if they have no control over the DOJ. Now, they have control over the DOJ when they want to, get Trump arrested so he don't have to run again. And they have control over the DOJ, especially when it came to the Asians. Now, when it comes to the Asians, the DOJ is on lock. The DOJ is ready to go. When it comes to us, well, the DOJ, they do their thing. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna tweet for you. That's what we're going to do. We're going to tweet for you. I got some flowers. I can send the flowers through Amazon. It'll be there the next day. You know what I'm saying? I could do is I'm kind of busy. I can fit you in like 15 minutes in the Zoom. You can put it on social media. So you talk to the president. I mean, that's cool, right? That's what we get. Okay. So this is how you should have, or he should have been using the DOJ the whole time. So let's just put this into context for all of the people out there being all like, hold on, it's not Biden's job to handle hate crimes. Remember they were saying that when we were talking about the Asian hate crimes? And they was all like, hold on, y'all don't get nothing. Y'all don't understand it. Y'all don't know how the government work. If everything Biden fails to do for us, it's like, y'all don't understand. Biden can't, he won't to, he just can't do that. And but Trump can do it. Trump can do it for people who actually don't face discrimination, because we know what he was talking about. Trump can do it for people who don't face discrimination, but Biden can't do it for the main people who face all of the discrimination. Okay? Pretty much all of the discrimination, Biden can't do it. So miss me with the whole, if y'all gonna use this, fine, but miss me with the whole Biden couldn't do it. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say Biden can't use the DOJ, but Trump can use the DOJ. You can't do that. No. Biden could have used the DOJ the entire time, but chose not to. So let's put that in its proper context. All right. Now, he also goes on to talk about he's going to give restitution to people who claim that they face racial discrimination in colleges under the guise of equity. That's the key thing. So this goes into the narrative that a lot of the people on the right spew, that equity, diversity, DEI, affirmative action, these are benefits for Black people, and they harm white folk. They discriminate against white folk. So, okay. We know that's not the case. We know for a fact that that is not the case. All right. We know that's not the case. Let's be honest. Even if Trump, let's say Trump intended to, let's say this is the spirit that Trump has when he said what he said. Technically, Trump is not giving reparations to white people. What he's specifically talking about is white students, college students, who claim that they did not get into college because of racial discrimination. That is not the majority of white people. So to translate this into reparations for white people is a reach. And in application, it's not going to work. Number one, because they don't face discrimination. Number two, that's technically not really what he said. He said he was going to end all these DEI and affirmative action programs, which don't benefit us either. They actually work against us. I made a video about a couple weeks ago, and I said the results of affirmative action show that Black applications to college admissions have actually gone up, while Asian applications or Asian acceptance rates to college, these same universities, have gone down. Everybody for years have been making this narrative, pushing this narrative that without affirmative action, Black people can't get to college. Don't you understand that? Without affirmative action, Black people won't be able to get to college. Affirmative action's gone. It's been gone. Black people still going to college in higher rates now. Now Asians are facing the discrimination, so they played themselves. Now, we understand for the fact it's not going to really work, because they've been trying to push this affirmative action thing for the longest time. This is why they had white people been trying to do this ever since Black people have been going into college. They've been saying that they've been discriminated against. This is why they had to have Asians out there. They had Asians out there talking about they've been facing racial discrimination. So when the Asians got out there and they started talking about their racial discrimination and their problems, and they started protesting against affirmative action was cut, because all of the data and all of the statistics show that white people do not face racial discrimination. As a matter of fact, it shows the opposite. So even if you want to say this is going to be a policy for racial discrimination and reverse racism discrimination, it ain't gonna work, because that don't happen. That does not happen. Okay? Proof of the matter, Asians played themselves with that. That's not gonna work, and affirmative action is already gone. There is really no DEI. You can claim DEI or whatever the case is. That stuff don't benefit us. That benefits the Asians. That's why when they left, it hurt them more than it hurt us. It benefits everybody besides us. If anybody should be afraid of Trump ending the DEI and affirmative action and all of that stuff, should be white women. That's who really should be worried about all of this stuff. It really should be white women. We, as foundational Black Americans, we gonna be cool. And all of this fear mongering, oh my God, they're taking this away. No. You guys were saying that about affirmative action. You guys were saying, hey, affirmative action is going to go away, guys. And when affirmative action go away, there's not going to be any college. When black people still going to college. Without affirmative action. Black people been going to college before affirmative action. Black people been going to college after affirmative action. We don't need it. Everybody else does. Now you want to talk about the application of this. Technically, let's play it again. Technically, what Trump said, if we were smart and we listen, we could flip it to our benefit.
And getting their money's worth. Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges.
Here's the thing. We're the ones who actually face discrimination. We're the ones who have the data that verifies that we're the ones who get discriminated against. If we should be smart and look at that and be all like, technically, because he didn't specify which race. Now he said it's under the guise of equity. Technically, we should be the main ones applying. We should be like, hey, Trump did say that he was going to give us restitution, right? So where's my restitution? We could flip that if we were smart about it. We turn lemons into lemonade all of the time. Oh, we can flip this. We can flip this. This and all this fear-mongering stuff, that's not going to work. We're going to flip this. If we were smart, we can run a bag up off of this. Now, is he intending for us to do this? Did he come out with this video with the spirit of this is going to benefit us? No, he didn't. Don't matter what his intent was. The application of the law is not going to work in white reparations. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. No, he's not going to be able to give it to them. But boy, did you have a lot of people trying to use this to fear monger. Lord have mercy. Let's go into it. Okay. This is just some of the tweets. This person says, Trump is about to pay reparations to white people who have suffered, quote, racial discrimination due to diversity initiatives in higher education. This exactly why ideas such as, quote, black people can be racist towards white people have to be shut down. They're about to institutionalize that. All it is, oh my God, what are we going to do? We got it. Now, of course, the black people can be racist towards white people. No. And black people ain't the ones running the damn institutions in the first place that the white people are applying to. So no. But anyway, this fear mongering, he's going to pay reparations to white people. That was not said. And even in the application of it, if he was to give what you call reparations to the people who claim to be discriminated against, that would only apply to college students. That wouldn't apply to any and all white people. That wouldn't apply to that. Okay, but here we got more. We got more. Lord have mercy. We got not white people are about to get reparations for perceived, quote, discrimination in higher education before black people get it for over 250 years of slavery and Jim Crow. But this is what y'all voted for. So, first of all, clearly you don't know much about history because white people already gotten reparations. Slave owners got reparations. And this person, I looked at her page. She don't even look like she's black. Okay. This woman look Latino, so she can shut up. This ain't her business at all. This is not her business whatsoever. She can shut up.
They've gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers. And now.
Then they talk about they're going to get it. No, here's that fear mongering because y'all want to try to get this aha moment out. This is the aha moment. Here comes some more. Oh, because they really wanted this to be an aha moment against us. Here comes some more. Where are the FBA and underlying love Trump? Okay, underlying love Trump. What is their position on this? They screamed for tangibles, but not necessarily asking Trump for them. But the pressure was consistently on other candidates. They seem to love this devil, even though he promised them nothing. Okay. See, look at this. Look at this. Now, we actually didn't support Trump. We didn't back Trump. All the whole thing is that what we not going to do is we not going to allow y'all to fear monger and give us and say we got to vote out of fear or the lesser of two evils. We're going to put everything into context. And to be honest, I'm going to get this off the screen. I got a couple more. To be honest, we've been asking Trump for tangibles and reparations and we've been saying that. Now, Trump has made his stance very clear about that, but we've been talking about tangible. That's been our standard across the board. When Trump didn't meet that standard, that's why we say, hey, we're not going to back Trump because he's not meeting our standard. Now, he wasn't out here claiming he was black. That's the difference. He wasn't claiming he was for it and then moving against it. That's the difference. When Trump went to the Black Journalist Convention, and the Black journalists had the perfect opportunity to talk to Trump about reparations, to talk to Trump about tangibles. They didn't want to do it. Now, he was all like, all of the people who try to gaslight us for saying, y'all don't be asking Trump about no tangibles. Y'all don't be asking Trump about tangibles. What happened with Ice Cube? Oh, you forgot about that. Yeah, what happened with Ice Cube? When Ice Cube went to Biden asking for tangibles, with a contract for tangibles, Biden turned him away. When Trump went to when Ice Cube went to Trump at least sat down. Now, of course, the deal that they made was not the deal that we were looking for, but Trump at least sat down with him and had a conversation. Biden didn't. But everybody gaslit Ice Cube and saying, oh, you a sellout, you a sellout. So if you talk, here's the thing. It's a win, you lose either way. If you don't talk to Trump about tangibles and you talk to Kamala about tangibles, then you only talking to one candidate and you're not having that same energy with Trump. If you talk to Trump about tangibles, Trump ain't gonna give you anything anyway, so why would you even talk to him? You lose either way. You lose either way. So you should just completely, essentially drop the whole standard of tangibles. That's really what they want you to do. As far as tangibles, just let it go. Just drop it. Just drop it. Just let it go. That's what they're saying. Because if you ask him about it, it's, oh, you making a deal with.
We are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions. Bad deal.
Why would you even say that, man? No. And then if you actually say, you know what, since I'm not gonna make a deal with you, I'm gonna talk to Harris. Man, why y'all putting all this pressure on a black woman? Why ain't you asking Trump for the same thing you asking Harris for? So it's a lose either way. It's a lose either way. So getting back to more of the tweets, you got these people out here with this aha moment. Where are those hashtag FBA, hashtag ADOS niggas at? Hey, Trump finally talking about reparations, LOL. This is a win. This is the win. Y'all want it right. Congratulations. Okay. Oh, but and there's so many more. Look at this. Here comes Luke. Luther Campbell has something to say about it. He tagged Tariq. He was like, Tariq, quote, Tariq Nasheed, congratulations on getting your tangibles. Now, all of them has stuff to say about it. Now, what I find very interesting, and this is going to be a thing. Remember when I said this, okay, because we're going to bring this up. These people who were talking about, well, where's your reparation? Now Trump is giving it to them. That you're trying to make this sale, this gotcha moment, this aha gotcha moment, when Harris was not giving us reparations either. She wasn't giving us reparations either. As a matter of a fact, She in the Biden administration were giving reparations to everybody else, sending billions and billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine, having cities in America go bankrupt, funding illegal immigrants, giving them reparations, talking about cash, talking about debit cards, talking about food, talking about housing, all of that stuff. None of these people who all of a sudden care about reparations, all of a sudden, none of these people were going to criticize the Democrats for their failure of reparations. All right. None of them. You also had the professional high-end shields. This was Don Lemon. Don Lemon had something to say about it.
Oh my gosh, Donald Trump wants reparations for white people?
And getting their money's worth. Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all. We are going to have real education in America. Thank you.
Reparations. But for white people. This is America. You voted for it.
So the whole you voted for it, this is going to be their new talking point. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be, and this is all coming from the DNC higher ups, because everybody's saying this at the same time. So this is not their independent thought. This is not their independent opinions. All of them are saying every single little thing Donald Trump says, flip it and put it on the 10th degree. Everything he says, turn it up. Reparations for white people. That's not a reality. That's not going to happen. Even if Trump really wanted it to happen. Even if this is what Trump actually wants when he said that video. Even if that was the spirit of what Trump was trying to get when he said that video through application, it's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. As a matter of fact, if we do smart, we going to actually get the bag out of this. We're going to benefit from this. But what the DNC's higher ups, what they told people is to say everything Trump says, flip it to the 10th degree, and then be all like, you guys voted for it. You guys voted for it. Where are all the FBAs? Where are all the Trump blacks? You guys voted for this. This is going to be their talking point for the next 4 years. Everything he says, as if, but now when Biden said no to reparations, when Harris said no to reparations, where was Don? Where was Mr. or Mrs.? I don't want to be disrespectful with the pronouns. I'm not really sure. Where was Mrs. Lemonade? Where was Mrs. Lemonade at? Okay, when when Biden said no, when Harris said no, where was Mrs. Lemonade? When they say no, and then they give our reparations to other groups of people, they don't say nothing. You don't see nothing from these people at all. All of a sudden now, everybody want to be a reparationist? Everybody want to be a reparationist? Hold on. Oh, but that's not it. Hold on. That's not it. Let's get to Joy Reid. Joy Reid kind of a little bit said something. Okay, here we go.
Y'all listen to this.
Furthermore, I will direct
Y'all listen to this.
Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all. We are going to have real education in America. Thank you.
So, in other words, reparations for white people. Any comments on that, Trump likes?
Now, everybody's sitting up there like, ooh, you guys voted for it. Ooh, where you guys at? Ooh, where you guys at? Hold on. Let's put our thinking caps on for a little bit, okay? I know for some of the folks who actually think, there's some people in the comments, it might hurt you, but let's put our thinking caps on for a little bit. If you guys are saying Trump is going to give white people reparations, you guys have to also then admit that Biden can give black people reparations, right? Because if you guys are saying it's even possible for Trump to do this, you also have to admit that it has been possible for Biden to do it. And Biden is still in office, right? So if he's going to give them reparations, why don't Biden, who's in office now, why don't he give us reparations right now? If Trump can do it, because you guys are out spreading this, oh my God, he's going to give him reparations. He's going to give him reparations. Okay, Biden, where you at? Because I ain't seen Biden say nothing about this. I ain't seen Harris say nothing about this. Where y'all at? Because these are the same people who was all like, they can't give us reparations. Reparations can't happen. It's against the Constitution. It's racial reparations. It can't happen. 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 They were saying that because they understood that it would make the Democrats look bad. But then now when reparations make the Republicans look bad, now all of a sudden y'all care about reparations? Huh? Whoa, what? When we were having rallies, we had two rallies, one in 2022 and one in 2024. These folks were making fun of us. That a lot of you all who are in this chat room right now, a lot of you all were at the rallies, the rally for reparations, the first one and the second one. And these people were making fun of us. These people are saying we're not going to give reparations. These people are saying we need to let that go. These people are saying that that's not a big issue. This is what these people were doing. Now, because that was going to make the Democratic Party look bad. It was going to make the DNC look bad for not giving us reparations. But now that reparations might make Trump look bad, now they want to care about reparations. The same people who told us we didn't know what we was talking about and it was never going to happen. Now they're going to sit up there and be all like, didn't you guys vote for this? Didn't you guys vote for this? Okay, fine. You guys, and just use this talking point, is going to shut them, is going to destroy them and shut them down. So if you guys are saying that Trump is going to give them reparations, why doesn't Biden right now give us reparations? If it's possible for Trump, it has to be possible for Biden. So where's Biden been on reparations then? If it is possible, where's Biden been? Because you can't say that it has not been possible for Biden, but it will be possible for Trump. You can't say that. You cannot make that argument. All right. Now, another thing. Remember Gavin Newsom? Remember when Gavin Newsom with the California Congressional Black Caucus shut down the reparations bill? Do you guys remember that? Let's do a little bit of reminder on that. Let's do a little bit of reminder on that. Do you guys remember when everybody in California was waiting on the bills after the whole 2 years? Folks was waiting on 2 years and they wind up killing the bills. Let's play this clip one more time. Remember, and everybody was upset about it.
We can either bring the bills up now. These are their bills. They have their names on the bills. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Now, listen, they gonna see this and they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills, then they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Okay? We don't care.
We need to
bring the goddamn bills up now.
The governor needs to understand that the world is watching California, and this is going to have a direct impact on your friend Kamala Harris, who's running for president. This is going to have a direct impact. So pull up the bills now, vote on them, and sign seen them.
We have
We've
the
been
votes.
waiting for over 400
Okay,
years.
now, when Black Californians were protesting about this, where was Don Lemon at? Where was Joy Reid at? Where was all of these shills who want to make fun of people for not supporting Harris? Where were they? Oh, no, they didn't want to say anything because that was going to make the DNC look bad. It was going to make the Democratic Party look bad. So when the Democrats just lie and just fumble the ball on reparations, when they just completely lie and fumble the ball on reparations, they don't want to say anything. They don't want to say nothing. You don't see nothing from these people. You don't hear nothing from these people. When they're sitting up there giving all of this money, billions of dollars, to illegal immigrants who are coming in our communities, terrorizing our communities, these people say nothing. They are quiet. They're more quiet than church mouths. They have nothing to say at all. When Biden, who a month or so ago, signs more billions of dollars to give to Ukraine, these people say nothing. These people don't say nothing when the DNC don't give us reparations. Now, when it comes to Trump not giving us reparations or giving reparations to white people, then it's oh my God. Oh my, like what Don Lemon, wow, this is America. This is, shut up. Shut your ass up. You ain't no reparation. You don't care about no reparations. You just want the DNC to look good, which you're not doing. Shut up. Joy Reid can shut up. Where are the Trump blacks? Where are the Kamala blacks? Huh? She in office now. What's she doing? At least Trump is pandering to his base. Kamala, what's she doing? What's she doing? Where are the Kamala blacks? Where's all the ski and the pearls and all that? Where y'all at? Now, this leads me, and I wanted to save this. Boy, I want to save this. Now, this leads me to this clown right here. This leads me to this joker, this clown right here. Some of y'all might know him. Some of y'all might not. But y'all gonna know him today. The amazing Lucas. The amazing, or he calls himself amazing. This guy, he calls himself amazing. Lucas over here is known for playing video games, which is okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Spider-Man. Known for that. He's built his YouTube platform off of that, and that's cool. And then he just kind of switched to he switched to politics. Now he discussed political issues. At first, he used to be more critical of the Democrats. Now he's a complete Democratic shill. Now he's been saying things against what I've been saying in the grassroots for the longest time. I want to give you guys a little bit of background, okay? Never said nothing about this dude. This dude's been following me on Twitter, probably on YouTube. He might be watching us right now. If he's watching, okay. But we're gonna go in. We're gonna go in because he has a video, and we got to break the whole video down. All right. We got to break the whole thing down. All right. So I made a tweet, and this was, back when we was handling the situation with Kamala. Made a tweet. They said they're trying to rebrand Kamala Harris by fabricating her black credentials to win over black voters. It's not going to work because now this is just the tweet I made several months ago. Now she was Indian. And then when she needed to be black, all of a sudden she became black. Now, all of a sudden, she's black now. So when I said that, here comes Amazing Lucas. The check must have cleared. Who gives a F, bruh? So tired of these ops making it a race issue. So he's saying, I'm an op who's making this a race issue. Now, if it's not a race issue, why does the DNC, or why did the DNC kept harping on her being a black woman? If race ain't got nothing to do with it, race shouldn't matter. Why because the DNC was on top of anybody saying anything against her being a black woman. Why was that such a big deal to them? They are the ones who made it a big deal, not me. They're the ones who made it a big deal. So when I say she's not black, don't be all like, well, what does race have to do with it? No, y'all are the one who brought it up. He continues to say, you're either about tangibles or about skin color. He's telling me this. Many black men on this app seem to be politically retard. He's calling me a political retard, okay? And are leading black women astray. shut the F up, or shaking my effing head. Sorry, shaking my effing head. Hashtag tangibles. Hashtag reparations now. Hashtag Kamala 2024. This is, yeah. He posted this. This was several months ago. I screenshotted it. Didn't say nothing. Then again, I said, this, and this is me minding my own business, you know, stomping for my community, making sure my community gets the tangibles that we deserve. Says Democrats have neglected the black community for too long. So we're done giving guaranteed support. Kamala Harris is currently the VP, and she can do, and I was about to say she can do a lot of this stuff that she's talking about now. Here he comes again with, it's crazy how many black men don't know basic civics. Arguing that the VP can do something right now is political retardation. So this is the second time he's calling me retarded. This is the second time. So when it makes her look good, she was a great VP. Oh, she was a great VP. She was the best. There was never been a better VP than Harris, ever. But when it makes her look bad, well, you guys know the VP can't really do nothing. The VP just sit there in the chair and take pictures all day. And the VP don't really do much of anything, really. They don't really got no say in nothing. So the VP is very powerful when they want the VP to be very powerful, but the VP is actually not powerful when it makes the VP look bad, is what they're saying, okay? Then he continues to say, reparations have to be an actor Congress. I think he meant act of. But he said an actor Congress. It has to be an actor Congress, and you need the votes. Firstly, you would need a commission to access the redress needed. Foundational Black America, or FBA, and Reparations Now. Now, here's the thing. If you need an active Congress and you need the votes and you need this, and the DNC wants to do it, then why didn't he say anything when Gavin Newsom and the Congressional Black Caucus in California fumbled and killed the reparations bill? Oh, because I looked all through his page. Now, he got a membership, so some of the videos was private. Looked at the title. It didn't address this. I looked through his page. I didn't see him address this at all. He didn't, and this happened right after the DNC. I didn't see him address this at all. Now, when I posted this happened during the DNC weekend. And this is when he was sitting up there calling me retarded and all that stuff. But yet when Gavin Newsom in the Congressional Black Caucus in California, when they fumbled their own bill for reparations, Amazing Lucas, who's a paid shill, didn't say nothing. He ain't gonna say nothing that makes them look bad at all. No, he's not. Nope. But look. Oh, he had something to say. Oh, yeah, he had something to say. So he made a video. Got you guys. I got you guys. Oh, you guys are dumb. You guys played yourself. He made that video. So let's break this down. Right? Hold on. Here we go. And this is fair use.
Really embrace the irony and the humor of this story. You have to get some background. Now, when it comes to these groups of people, because there's an outlier within the black community.
Hold on, sorry. Can we get some trash can emojis in the chat room? Can we please just get some trash can emojis in the chat room for this loser? All right.
We'll consider them Black MAGA. And within that Black MAGA, we have two big groups, FBA and ADOS. Now, you don't need to know what they stand for because it's irrelevant. But what you do need to know is their grift, their hustle. And their hustle is reparations. Reparations. Black people owe reparations. We deserve reparations. Hashtag cut the check. Reparations now. And that's all they talk about. That is their number one priority, is reparations. Now, the problem ensues when you come to find out that these people don't know anything about anything.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
They don't know anything about politics. They don't know anything. They don't have a basic grasp of civics. And you start asking them, how are you going to get reparations? Man, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. Then you start asking them, well, Who's going to pay for reparations? Well, it doesn't matter. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. Okay, you're not going to problem. Then you ask them, well, who's going to sign off on reparations? Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, you a Democrat shield. You a Democrat shield. That's what you are. They start to break down once you ask some simple questions about the political process of how to make reparations viable.
No. We are very politically educated on reparations. Reparations has been given and paid off before. And I hate the fact that they keep making it seem like reparations is something new, something foreign to America, something that America's never done before. How are we going to get reparations? The same way the Japanese got reparations. That's how. The same way they got reparations, the same way there's specific bills to redress and repair and give reparations to who they claim to be Native Americans, okay, the 5 civilized tribes. That's how we gonna get reparations. What do you mean? Where's the money gonna come from? The money gonna come from the United States government. That's where the money's gonna come from. Who's gonna sign it? The people in charge of the government. That's who's gonna sign it. Okay. We know all of the detail. This is why these people, when we have public spaces, you don't see Lucas come up in the public spaces. When I open up the phone lines and everything, you don't see Lucas saying anything. He doesn't call in. He doesn't want to debate somebody. He's not going to debate me at all because I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. We all know what we're talking about. We know the reparations process. He's going to sit up there and make it seem like we're done. Oh, no, it don't matter. It don't matter. No, we know how it works. But our thing is that we know how it works, and you guys say reparations can't work because you guys know who's in power right now, and that's the DNC. And you guys know if we admit that we know how reparations work, you guys will have to admit that the DNC doesn't want to give reparations. But y'all don't want to do that because that would make them look bad. So what you guys try to do is y'all try to play us as if we're the dumb ones, as if we don't know how reparations work. But mind you, he doesn't come up with any solution. He just tries to make fun of us for quote unquote not knowing how reparations work. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue.
That's why it's nothing.
I'm sorry. Just to keep this in mind, in perspective, he said nothing when California killed the reparations bill. Nothing.
More than a grift and a hustle because they feed black people hope, but they deliver no tangibles. Damn. The big grift in this election cycle was to attack Kamala Harris. I try to make videos.
Hold on. Don't you mean? Well, I don't know. I don't even know her name. I was about to make a joke. I don't even know her name no more. It might be Kamala now. I don't know. Was it Kamala? Ain't that same thing? I don't know. It don't matter. Her name is not important, really, because she's a VP. And she doesn't have any power, so her name is really not that important.
Hustle, because they feed black people hope, but they deliver no tangibles. Damn. The big grift in this election cycle was to attack Kamala Harris. I try to make videos. I try to, talk to these simpletons, these dolts, talking about, hey, out of the candidates that are running for president, there's only one candidate who's for reparations. Kamala Harris was for reparations when she was running for president, when she was talking about Al Sharpton asking, hey, you're going to sign, the reparations bill? She's like, yeah, I'll absolutely sign it. If it comes to my desk, HR 40, I'm signing it. And now.
Oh, man. And this is how you know he a shield. This is how you know he a shield. He says that she was supportive of reparations. He says only one of them was ever in support of reparations. Only one of them was ever in support of reparations. And then he brings up HR 40, which is not reparations. HR 40 is not reparations, nor is it anything that her entire administration pushed at all. Her entire term, she pushed. She ran a whole campaign. Did she bring up reparations one time? No. She ran a whole campaign. Even in her message to black men, did she bring that stuff up? No. Look at this. This is the person.
The reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Okay. No. Her whole campaign, listen, y'all. her whole campaign, when she was running, she had all the money, every opportunity. She sat down with the Shade Room. She sat down with Charlemagne. She sat down with Shannon Sharp. She sat down with everybody, and everybody was asking the Black Journalist Convention. When they asked her about reparations, she didn't say she was going to sign it. She didn't say she was going to push it. Her whole thing, all of her rallies, she didn't bring up reparations one time. The whole DNC, which this huge, big festival and party, didn't bring up reparations at all one time. Her whole campaign didn't bring up reparations one time. When you go to her website, it don't bring up reparations. But he's saying that she was the one who was for reparations after she already said no. She's been said no. But okay, this is what he's going to say. This is the lie he's got to tell. He's got to tell this lie. All right, let's go back.
Even presently, when she was
okay
running for president, there's only one candidate who's for reparations. Kamala Harris was for reparations when she was running for president, when she was talking about Al Sharpton asking, hey, you're going to sign, the reparations bill? She's like, yeah, I'll absolutely sign it. If it comes to my desk, HR 40, I'm signing it.
See, and that's how, he had to slip the HR 40 thing in, because he knows that he's going to get fact checked. He knows that HR 40 is not reparations. And he can't really misquote her, because then they're going to stop sending him the checks. So he can't misquote her. So that's why he's all like, oh, yeah. HR 40. Yeah. No, because HR 40 is not reparations.
And now, even presently, when she was running for president again, she's talking about, hey, I'm for reparations. She said it in the Root. She said it in a variety of articles talking about, hey, I believe Black people are owed some form of reparations. Now,
can you please cite any of these articles where he says that? Because I want you guys to keep in mind, saying that you support a study is not saying you support reparations. That is not the same thing. That saying you support a study is saying that you want to look into it. That's not saying you're gonna sign anything. Anybody can say I support a study for it. That's not saying they're gonna sign anything. Oh no, you ain't gonna get away with that. No. Gavin Newsom said he supported a study. Remember that? Y'all remember that, right? And then when it came down to him signing it, he said he gonna veto it. And that's why the Congressional Black Caucus destroyed that bill.
Hearing this, guess what the FBA and ADOS crowd were saying? Oh, I don't believe her. I don't believe her. Okay, I don't believe her. That's what it had to deal with. So it's like, okay, the number one thing you wanted to go for was reparations. One candidate said they would do it. Now you don't believe her. Then it started to devolve into I don't believe her. And then it came into, well, she wants to sign a bill. We don't need a study. We don't need a study. Once again, showing how intellectually inept they are in the political process. How are you going to get something passed if you don't have anyone who's studying on what redress is needed? Once again, they listen to grifters and hustlers.
No. Okay, and let's put this into context. We got to break it down, y'all. Let's put this into context. He's calling, all of the name, and this is the DNC. This is why she lost. Okay, if he was being paid, which he most likely is because he's a grifter, if he was getting paid way too much, because he did not do a good job when it comes to grifting. He didn't change the tides whatsoever at all. Well, here's the thing. If you want to talk about a study, now remember when California was doing a study, and then when it came down to the actual, okay, it's time to sign the checks for reparations, it's time to sign off on providing checks, they decided not to do that. No, okay, there is a difference. See, he's like he says, he used the word simpleton, and he doesn't understand civics. So let me break this down. Hopefully he watches this. There is a difference between a study and paying somebody. Okay, follow me. It's a difference. If you go to your job and they say they're going to study giving you your check, that does not mean they're going to give you a check. That's not what that means. What the thing is that they keep saying, HR 40 is reparations. They keep trying to frame HR 40 as if HR 40 is reparations, as if HR 40 is even a guarantee, because it's not like we're studying how we're going to do reparations. HR 40 is a study to discuss or study if reparations will even happen. HR 40, even if they did sign off, and they're dragging their feet on HR 40, but even if they did sign off on HR 40, that's not even a guarantee we're going to get anything. Okay? HR 40 is just, let's discuss it. It's not a sit down where we agree to reparations and we're going to discuss how to do it. That would be a little different. But HR 40 is the discussion on if we are going to do it in the first place. Okay, so y'all keep trying to frame HR 40 like it's reparations, and it's not. We can look at the HR 40 bill and we can clearly tell this ain't reparations. And what's interesting about it is these people saying, oh, you guys don't understand civics. You need a study. You need a study. Well, damn, illegal immigrants don't need no study. Hold on, where's they study? Where's they study? Why we got to study? We are the ones who are literally the foundation of this nation, but we need a study for our reparations. They don't need no study. They don't, these illegal immigrants, you don't know who they are, where they come from, why they're here. They don't need a study, and you giving them reparations. Y'all ain't studying for Ukraine, but you giving them reparations. Y'all not studying for all of these other groups of people that y'all giving reparations to. You giving them reparations. But we the ones who need to study. And y'all dragging y'all feet the whole time. And y'all not even doing the study that y'all keep trying to sell us on. Man, no. Let's continue. Let's continue.
In the community.
He's out of line, but he's right.
This now leads us to Trump, because all of them were all lambasting Kamala Harris. Oh, Kamala Harris, she's not black. All that she's not black, those groups were the main proponents of pushing that narrative. They're the main ones talking about, oh, she not black, she not black. Trump said it himself, okay? Trump just saying the truth. She not black, she not black. All this, she's not black, she's an Indian, she doesn't claim to be black. Oh, she's not for reparations.
She's not, and this how you know who your shield. She's not black. She is not. We're not going to sit up there and play this game. You're not going to claim that this woman over here, and I keep having to highlight this. I don't know if anybody else has. She's not even the darkest or the second darkest person. Arguably, she's not even the third darkest person in this picture. She's not even a dark-skinned Indian. She's Indian. She's not even a dark-skinned Indian. Talking about, what do you mean she's not black? That looked like a black. If you gave this picture to a random person, okay, and you told me, and you told a random person, point out the black woman in this picture, I can guarantee you if they pointed to anyone, it wouldn't be her. If they point, first off, they would look at this picture and say, none of these women are black. And if they pointed to anybody on the picture, it actually wouldn't be her. You gonna make it seem like she a black woman, and no. And our whole point about her not being a black woman was that she don't get automatic guaranteed support. I don't care if she was black, if she was Indian, if she was anything else. But you're not going to sit up there and shame me, because they were trying to use her being black to shame us and guilt trip us into supporting her. And we all like, okay, well, you're not going to be able to shame us or make it seem like we don't support black women. But she's not even black. That's the whole thing. Because they were trying to be all like, oh, y'all just hate black women. Y'all hate y'all mama. Y'all hate black women. And y'all hate black women. And y'all don't understand the melanated beauty of the chocolate mocha caramel, the curliness of the 4C hair. That's what they was doing. Trying to make it seem like we were the bad guys for not wanting a black woman in power when she's not black. They're the ones, like I said in the tweet, they're the ones who make it seem like her being black is this big, big deal. That's them. Continuing.
This all ended when Trump came out and put out a post, right, talking about, hey, Kamala Harris wants to give taxpayer-funded reparations. At that moment in time, all the hustlers and grifters had to switch course. Now, instead of the narrative of reparations, which is, once again, their number one priority, reparations, okay? Foundational Black America, we need reparations. Now, their message now became, well, the economy, okay? I'm going to vote for Trump because the economy, that's why I'm going to vote for him. It then became...
That's not true. He's lying. He's a liar. That's not true at all. No, none of us to any degree ever dropped anybody who was for reparations. Nobody dropped the argument of reparations. We also did say, well, if there are other issues, because y'all they were the ones, the DNC was the ones talking about there are other issues besides reparations. And we said, well, if we're going to talk about other issues besides reparations, Trump fares better when it comes to other issues besides reparations. But reparations has always been our main point, and it's never been dropped. We never changed it. We never rebranded it. We never let it go.
Came absolutely abundantly clear, crystal clear to anyone who had an IQ above room temperature, that these people were nothing more than Republican shills. They were nothing more Republican shills and MAGA shills trying to tank Kamala Harris's campaign. That's all they were. They didn't care about reparations. They didn't care about black people. They didn't care about any of this. They wanted daddy savior, white man Trump to be their white savior. That's all that they cared about. And I'm sure probably some of them were probably paid off. And the hustle.
Now, what's interesting, and I got to stop it right here. What's interesting about us being, quote, paid off. See, anybody, and this is a talking point from the DNC. This is how you know he's a bought and paid for shill who has no spine and no integrity. Anytime somebody says anything critical about the DNC, they're a paid off Republican or a Russian bot or something. They're paid off. So nobody can have a legitimate criticism of the Democratic Party, especially black folk, can't have legit, because they only tell it to black people. It's only when black Americans have a criticism for the Democratic Party, are we Russian bots or are we paid shills? Now, when other groups of people have criticisms for the Democratic Party, then it's, well, I mean, I do understand where you're coming from. Let's sit down and have a conversation and discuss it. But for us, we get gaslit in this, oh, you must be a paid Russian bot shill from MAGA. You a secret MAGA supporter. This is why she lost, because that was a dumb decision. He's a dumb man. Oh, let me calm down. I don't want to be a bully, but even though he's saying some inflammatory stuff about all of us in this community, all of our community, he's saying inflammatory things about. We never supported Trump. There was several times I'm all like, hey, I'm voting for the couch. The same people who said we're voting for the couch is called, yes, you're saying that we're MAGA shills and we're being paid by MAGA. If we were being paid by MAGA, MAGA really overpaid us because we voted for the couch. Let me ask you, what sense would that make? Let's really think about it. What sense does it make for us to say we're voting for the couch? Can we get some couches in the chat room? Because I'm all for the couch. Can we get some couches in the chat room, brothers and sisters? Let's get some couches in the chat room. Why would we say we're voting for the couch if we were paid by MAGA to support Trump? If we were paid by MAGA to support Trump, wouldn't it make sense for us to say we're supporting Trump? Now, of course, there were some people who are FBA who's just a lineage. You know, FBA is not a group, it's a lineage. So there's just all black Americans. So there's some FBAs who did support Trump this go round, okay, for different reasons. Now, for us over here, we supported the couch. So you can't say us and the people who are the main people vocalizing our criticisms for Harris in the Democratic Party. We were all about the couch. So you can't be about Trump and the couch. That don't make sense. So he's lying again. Continue. Amazing Lucas. That sounds like, first off, do y'all know he's a mulatto? He's half white. So that sounds like a half white name. He needs to stick to playing Spider-Man. Okay, let's continue.
Was that anyone who were to put this forward, right, who were to put a spotlight to this switch up, because at one point in time you had one of these goofies from one of these groups talk about, well, Trump never did anything to harm black people. Trump didn't do any policies to harm black people. You know, the Central Park Five, don't blame Trump, blame the Democrats. They the ones that did that. Like this perverse, grotesque flipping of the script. The same people who are calling.
Now, this is, and he was talking about a quote from Tariq. Tariq has said, because they keep trying to bring up the Central Park Five. Oh, look at what Trump did to the Central Park Five. And all we were saying is, if you're going to discuss the Central Park Five, we're going to have to put the whole situation in context. Because Trump was not a politician. Trump was not a lawyer. Trump didn't put any policies out. Yeah, he took a full-page ad out. Okay? But it was the Democrats, let's be honest, who locked them up. And if we put the situation into context, is, oh no, look at what Donald Trump did. Look at what Donald Trump did. Which none of them, nobody, even after the Central Park Five was acquitted, years after that, nobody had an issue with the DNC. Never had an issue with Donald Trump until he became a Republican. Now they tried to use the Central Park Five against him, which I believe Donald Trump was still wrong. I've always kept that opinion. I've kept that opinion for years. I feel like Donald Trump was wrong for that. And I feel like the fact that Donald Trump has still not come out and apologize for what he did, I feel like that shows a lack of integrity, a lack of dignity, and a lack of character on Donald Trump's part. And I've always kept that opinion, and I will, because I don't think he's ever going to apologize for it. And I've always kept that opinion on that. And we've always held him accountable for that. We've never let that go. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to say, well, let's look at the Central Park Five, and then let's not look at any of the other contexts. And then if we're going to say, okay, well, let's look at the Central Park Five. Let's look at the Central Park Five. If we're going to have this energy for the Central Park Five, don't you think we should have the same energy for the 94 crime bill from Joe Biden? Oh, no, hold on, no, we can't. Let's ignore the whole 94 crime bill, which put the prison industrial complex specifically for black men on rocket boost. Okay, that was one of the huge factor in mass incarceration. And even before the 94 crime bill, Biden on the Senate floor said he has signed his name on every single crime bill. And Biden didn't have to apologize for it. And here comes the DNC shills not saying nothing about Biden. Y'all don't want to hold Biden to that. So my whole thing is, let's keep the same energy. Let's keep the same standard. Oh, we're not going to do the thing where y'all going to take the Central Park Five to a degree almost out of context and single one. It's not really out of context, but technically Donald Trump was a Democrat when he did that. If we're going to be honest, he was a Democrat when he did that. Okay. Donald Trump's been a Democrat. If people didn't know this, breaking news, Donald Trump's been a Democrat longer than he's been a Republican. Dun, dun, dun. Breaking news. If people didn't know that. Okay. So if we're gonna do that, we're not all. Our argument is that we're not going to single Donald Trump out and then let all of the other people who did the same thing, if not worse, slide. We're just not going to do that. Okay? That's our whole thing. Because that's what you do when you really care about black people. Unlike this dude, this clown don't care about black people, only cares about himself and his grift and making sure he gets this money.
Trump a white supremacist, right, in 2016, we're now all of a sudden talking about, well, Daddy Trump is going to save us. Trump ain't really racist. Trump didn't do anything wrong. A complete switch. And
who said that the Daddy Trump is going to save us? Who said that? Who said that Daddy Trump was going to save us? Okay, this is why Harris lost, because you paying these dumbasses. Y'all was paying dumbasses. This is why she already in debt, which is something else we got to talk about. We might save that for another video. This is why she's in debt right now, because she's paying these dumbasses who couldn't get her anywhere.
Anyone who said that, hey, there's something going on here, well, now they were dubbed Democrat shills.
I'm retarded?
So now this brings us to present day. This is where the funny comes in. Now that we have the context, we now have Trump, who is now talking about giving reparations to white people.
Huh?
You can't make this up. He is talking about giving reparations to white people. He's talking about, hey, all the schools that engage in racial discrimination and in equity, they're going to be sued, okay?
Furthermore, I will direct.
Look, I don't know which one is his white parent. I think it's his mom. I don't know. It might be his mom. It might be his dad. But look, one of your parents is going to get reparations. If this was the case, it's not the case, and it won't happen. But if that's the case, one of your parents would be able to get it. Why are you complaining? Okay, because it's not like it was coming from the Democrats. And like I said, if Trump can give it to whites, why isn't Biden giving it to blacks? Oh, they don't want to answer that question, though. I don't even got to debate them anymore. After when you ask them that question, it's over. It's over. Listen. Let me back, guys. And we're gonna get back to the video. All of this debate about, well, he's not going to do it for them. He's not going to do it for white people. It's only for white students, or that's not even going to work like that. And that's not technically what Trump said. Y'all, listen, let me tell you something. Let me give you guys some game. Y'all don't have to do any of that stuff. Y'all don't got to make that argument. Y'all don't have to make that argument at all. All you guys got to say is, okay, well, if you're saying Trump is going to give white people reparations, then you have to admit that Biden can give reparations to black people. So what's up with Biden? Over. Done. It's you couldn't say, they can't say anything because they only want to use reparations if it's going to make the Trump and the Republicans look bad. But they can't, these people have no integrity, no character about themselves. These people are liars. These people are shills. These people are only look out for their own self-interest. So these people are not going to hold the same standard to the DNC. So all you got to do is say, okay, fine. Okay. What's up with Biden? I watch. They won't say nothing. They won't say nothing because you can't say Biden can't do it, but Trump can't. You can't say that. You can't say that. So watch the argument go nowhere. Now let's continue.
The Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in.
Hurricane, I think I got, because there were some trolls in the chat room who were saying that too. I think I'm almost tempted to open up the phone lines after this. I'm almost feeling that way. If y'all want me to open up the phone lines, if y'all got something to say after this, I want y'all to put the phone emoji in the chat room. Because I'm not gonna do it if we not feeling it tonight. But if we feeling that energy tonight, put the phone, if y'all want to call in, put the phone emoji in the chat room so I can see how the room is feeling. Let me gauge the room. Let me gauge the people. But let's continue with the video.
Explicit unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity.
That's what's going to happen. Now, side note, I hope everyone understands what he means by that is what many on the white nationalist side believe is going on. And that is there's anti-white racism. That's what's happening. When it comes to affirmative action, these racists of the Republican Party use Asian racists to try and attack black people, to undermine us, to erase affirmative action. What they failed to understand is that it actually ended up backfiring and they got screwed over as well. Now they're suing again, talking about, well, this is unfair to Asian people. So you have to understand that's what they mean by that. When it comes to affirmative action, when it comes to reparations, when it comes as far as the truth of history.
First off, and didn't we discuss that? He got that from me. I'm the one who discussed that. We discussed that the second affirmative action was over with. Okay, so this dude's behind. No surprise, but this dude is behind. Because that's something we've been discussed. We've been discussed how affirmative action and all of these programs don't benefit us, which is why we're not tripping when they take it all away. When they take it away, the DNC wants us to be like, oh my God, guys, look at what he's going to do to black people. Look at what he's going to do to black people. We like, no, we're going to be okay. They're like, no, we're not. It's all over. We're going to not go to college. And we're like, we're going to be okay. I swear we're going to be okay. Okay. Now, let's continue.
They view that as anti-white racism. You understanding as far as slavery and chattel slavery in this country is anti-white racism. That's what you have to understand. At one point in time, Texas was talking about the blacks that came over here were immigrants. I want you to understand how they are looking to whitewash history. This is what these FBA, ADOS, and these goofy Negroes were promoting. They were celebrating. You have to understand this. And all this to backfire on them. Because now Trump is talking about, well, with the money that we accumulate, a portion of it is going to go to the whites that were discriminated against. That's what he said.
That's not what he said. And I played you guys the whole video before. Technically, that's not what he said, even if that's what he means. And I'm not trying to sit up there and be all like Trump is a champion for black people or black rights or anything. I'm not going to say that. I'm even going to give the benefit of the doubt to them and say this is probably what Trump meant when he said that. That's probably the energy that fueled this statement or this video, but that's technically not what he said, and that damn sure won't be how it's applied. Okay, so we ain't even gonna do that. Even if that's what he meant, that's not what he said, and that's not gonna work.
A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly.
Bruh, that is gotta be poetic justice. It's really gotta be poetic justice for these knuckle-dragging, low IQ simpletons within the black community.
Do you see that? This man been hanging around rolling these knuckle dragging, which is he's calling us, and this is his white side. That's that little white supremacist side from his mama or his daddy, okay, coming out. Okay, his mama was a bed wench or his dad was a bed buck, whichever one. Knuckle dragging. You know who drags their knuckles? Apes. Okay, apes and gorillas. He's talking about when they put their hands on the floor and they walk with their hands on the floor. That's what apes do. So he's calling it just so you can understand the little racial epithet that he's using when he calls us knuckle dragging, us as foundational black Americans, knuckle dragging simpletons. He's calling us gorillas, apes and gorillas. So you know, just don't miss that. Let me play it back one more. Don't miss that. That's that white side coming out.
Badly.
Bruh, that is gotta be poetic justice. It's really gotta be poetic justice for these knuckle-dragging, low IQ simpletons within the black community. These same people who are leading all these individuals astray, talking about Trump gonna fix it, Trump gonna deport them, they think that upon Pedro disappearing from the job, that their black butt is gonna get hired. Well, how'd that work for you for reparations? How'd that work for you in any aspect? That's not how that's going to work, especially when you're coming with people who have the mindset, hey, this country is white and it was made for white people. You are now going to go to the back of the line. They are going to bring their white nationalist buddies to the front of the line, and they're going to get hired. That's what you fail to understand. They got minorities attacking minorities. In the meantime, between time, the white nationalists and the racists are winning. That's what you guys.
They got minorities attacking minorities and the racists are winning. So what is this? Should all minorities band together then? Oh, is this a people of color thing? So all minorities should band together is what he's saying. Okay. So we should have been pro all of this mass illegal immigration because that's not harmful to our community. We should have just shut up about it because we don't want minorities to be bashing or fighting other minorities.
Didn't get. That's what didn't click in that simple little brain while listening to goofies who are telling you to do something that was not in your best interest.
I mean, this dude sounds like an angry, racist white man. How many times he gonna talk about simple little brains, low IQ, you knuckle draggers, you simpleton Negroes? This dude sounds like a racist himself while he's trying to sit up there talking about us. When I roast the Shields, when I roast Tethers, when I roast even people from our own lineage who are off code, when I roast them, I don't be using racial epithets. No, just notice that. When I roast them, I don't be all like you dark-skinned, big-lip baboon. I don't be saying none of that crazy stuff. I don't be making fun of their blackness, or I don't be using words or insults that parry white supremacist words and insults. I don't do that. Okay, if I roast you, I might roast something about you as an individual, but I'm not going to roast you in a way a white supremacist is going to roast you. You guys are low IQ, knuckle dragging Negro simpletons. Excuse you? Okay, that's that white side. That's that white side coming out.
This is absolutely hysterical. It's absolutely hysterical that white people are going to get reparations in this country before black Americans get reparations. I don't know what to tell you. And I think all you FBA, all you ADOS, all you black people, the black MAGA, All of you who voted for Trump, you're getting what you voted for. So buckle up, pimpin'. I hope you enjoy it. When it comes to as far,
we weren't getting reparations with Harris. Now, if Harris won, he wouldn't have said nothing about reparations. He wouldn't have said nothing about reparations.
As far as the Department of Education, I hope you enjoy it. When it comes to the public schools and the complete disaster that's going to befall them, I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, because the public schools were okay before. It's not like the public schools are suffering. It's not like black children, specifically black men or black boys, because they're not even grown. It's not like black boys suffer the most in public education. It disproportionately. It's not like that wasn't already going on. It's not like we were already not struggling, or our children were already not struggling with public education. It's not like that wasn't a problem already.
When it comes to the tariffs and you losing your job, I hope you enjoy it. I don't know what to tell you. When it comes to the
the jobs that you mean the illegal immigrants were going to take from us anyway. If that's the case, if we were going to lose our jobs, then damn it, we was just going to lose our jobs regardless of who won the election. Because the way they was allowing illegal immigrants to come over, they was going to take our jobs regardless.
Social programs, and you end up losing everything that is as far as helping you get by month to month. I hope you enjoy it, because the only people to blame for this are yourself. Anyways, guys, that's the video. I don't know what the disagreements are. What could you possibly disagree with? Unless you are absolutely a simpleton and believe, I don't know, well, we gonna get reparations eventually. How, Negro? How? Huh? How? Who in this Republican administration is going to think about giving you reparations? When Trump gets as far as the next 2 Supreme Court justices, how you going to get reparations then? Y'all don't think this through, but you so busy trying to make jokes, right? You so busy joking about this person and joking about that person, and you don't know anything about anything. And the funny part is, now the joke's on you. You're the joke.
We're the joke. Okay. Look, I just want you to look as I get the call lines open up for you guys. Look at this man bucking. Y'all want to take a screenshot? Oh yeah, hurricane already on it. Y'all look, bucking his eyes already. Bucking his eyes already. Oh, yep, that's Amazing Lucas for you. Saying that we the joke. Oh yeah, not like us. He not like us. Not like us at all. Let me get to, before we go, we got a super chat from our brother Iron Will. Iron Will says, so the same people who told us that they thought reparations should not, they thought reparations should be, are now calling this reparations. What reparations should be? Oh yeah. So when they said reparations, it shouldn't be cash. Remember they said that reparations shouldn't be cash. Reparations need to be school vouchers. Reparations need to be free education. Reparations need to be all this stuff. That's what they were saying. Now they're saying, this is reparations. So y'all know what reparations is now, right? Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting how that works. Shout out to Iron Will. Shout out to our good brother Antithesis for the Cash App. I saw your Cash App. And our good brother Cyber Dime for his Cash App. I saw his Cash App. Shout out to you all for the Cash App. I say our good brother Hurricane posting the Cash App link in the description. Call in. I want to know what y'all think. If Amazing Lucas, if you in here, if you brave enough, okay, you can call in and we can have a conversation. And if you in the chat room, I will put you to the front of the line. Just let us know. All right, he's not going to do it. Let us know. But the number is 949-381-0044. That is 949-381-0044. We already have a caller online right now. Oh, wow. You already got a caller online. Let's go. Let's go. Let me put this caller up. Let me pull the caller up, I mean. All right, here we go. All right. We got a couple calls. Caller from area code 304. You are on live. What is your name? Where are you calling?
This Miss Niecy from the CAG, Charleston, West Virginia.
Sister, how you doing?
I'm fine. You know, you call me Denise, but I go by Miss Niecy.
Oh, niece. Oh, okay. My fault. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Denise
right
is my name, but everybody call me Miss Niecy. This is what I gotta say. Quick comment. Amazing doofus. don't know what the fuck he talking about. He need to fart and clear his mind out. That's all I got to say.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Don't know what he's talking about. Just a shill, just a complete shill. Thank you, sister. I appreciate that. We got another other caller. Caller from area code 202. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Gene from DC, brother. How are you?
I'm good, brother Gene. How you feeling?
I'm doing well. This guy called us some knuckle-dragging simpletons. My guy, much to your chagrin, that mother side of you are the knuckle-dragging simpletons, the ones that had to be taught to wash their ass, and that life was not pearls from the gods. It was disgusting. Also had to be taught how everything works on this planet. Everything that you need on the daily basis to survive came from the people that you call a simple. And you think we don't know when you try to pull wool over our eyes? Sit your wimp ass down. We don't want, need, or desire your advice. We don't want no gray in our dark business. We don't need it. Sit your punk ass down. No one asks you because, once again, no one needs it. He needs to stick to Fortnite and the fuck away from us. I now land my plane.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's a good brother Gene from DC. Now, I want to say something about the knuckle dragging thing. Notice all of the little racist epithets that they use and the little racist insults that they use. If this was somebody on the right, and I'm not on the right or the left, I'm just on black people's side. But if this was somebody on the right, if this was Larry Elder, or if this was another person, Candace Owens, if this was somebody on the right who called a group of black people knuckle-dragging simpleton Negroes, everybody would be blowing this up. Everybody would be saying that's racist. Everybody would be saying that's disrespectful and offensive. But people on the left get to say that to us all of the time, and they get a pass. No. We got another caller from area code 410. You're on live. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's going on? My name is Abdul, man. I'm calling from Baltimore, Maryland, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
All right. Well, I wanted to see if this was the roast hour, but I'm gonna wait. This guy talking about all this whiteness as if they didn't just check Myron Gaines not too long ago. Like, is he? I'm waiting. See, now I'm waiting for the Tory and Triple P to see if they're gonna get this fool now. At this point, because this guy's losing his mind. And then he got the same hat on in every video, so you don't change his hat. He done had that hat on for the past 3,000 videos. I'm like, bro, change your hat, bro. Like, change your hat, and maybe your thoughts will change. I don't know. Dude lost his mind. He tweaking. Then he talking about anti-white racism. What are you talking about, bro? That's the same whiteness you want to be, bro. Like, be cool, bro. Like, you weird. Change your hat. Go back to playing Spider-Man. You'll be all right. Ain't nobody funding your game over there. Somebody say he trying to get a game funded. He be all right. I'm going to get out of here.
You're right. And here's my thing about the Spider-Man thing. Let me just say this real quick. I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man good. I grew up loving Spider-Man, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with if you start your platform off on maybe something that's not about black issues, about games, something, and you want to talk, if you start to learn more and you want to talk about black issues, okay, fine. There's a lot of people who do that. It's some people who do both. I don't think that's a problem with him playing games or whatever the case is. But when you show that you don't have any type of political background, and that's not what your channel is based off of, and then when you grow your channel, then you want to switch in a year, because he's only started talking about black issues on a serious note within really the last year. Now he's kind of made a little bit, you can go back a few years, he's kind of said something, but my thing is this, and thank you, caller. My thing is, when you come to black issues and then you start dissing black people, then you're not about black issues. Because he's not coming with any type of solutions. He's just coming with insults. He doesn't bring no solutions to the table. Because when we had our rally for reparations, he didn't support that at all. But he gonna say that we don't know what we doing. Caller from area code, next caller from area code 615. You're on live. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Angelica Elena calling from Nashville, Tennessee. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, sister. How you feeling?
I'm well. I just want to say about this amazing Lucas. He was saying a lot of us and we and all this. It's obvious he's not FBA Freeman. It's just obvious. He tries to play that role. Like I remember a couple of years ago, it was probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I don't remember. He was doing this. He was going through his little pro-black phase, quote unquote. It's like he's so wobbly. Like he doesn't know what he wants to be, what he wants to talk about. I didn't even know he was a gamer. You were talking about he was a gamer. I didn't even know about him that far back. I just knew about, I'm like, dude, pick one. Pick one. Okay, now you're a dim shield. And he was pro-black, so he was supposed to be for us. But then we're all kind of knuckle draggers and we're Negroes, we're dumb Negroes and all of this. He's not FBA Freeman. I don't care. He tried to play that role. It wasn't working. We could all see right through it. And I'll just leave it there. Thank you for letting me speak.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And that's very true. That's very true. When he first started his pro-black thing, you know, it was like his first, to my research. Now, it could be where he had a video and he maybe changed it. But to my research, when I go back, the first thing I see about him being like talking on black issues or social issues was in 2021, where he was defending Kyle Rittenhouse. Okay. So it started like he was on the conservative side, and then he kind of switched, like he was still playing games. It's like it's like this lost mulatto thing. He didn't know where to go. Okay. Then he started criticizing Democrats. You can go back earlier where he was claiming to be FBA and criticizing Democrats. Now he don't like FBA. And now he's sitting up there saying that we're knuckle dragging simpletons, you know, for criticizing any of the Democrats. Okay. And now we're Trump supporters. So he all over the place. He's literally all over the place. But thank you, sister. I appreciate you calling in.
Well, thank you so much. Good night.
All right. Thank you. You have a good night.
Good night.
Now we're going to get to caller from area code 657. You're on live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Afro? Hey, this is D from Los Angeles. Yeah, man, I would like to call in, man, because I have a big issue, man, with these representatives, man, in the Black Caucus, and with these tethers that's supposed to be representing for the Democratic Party. None of those people, man, are Black Americans. They don't represent none of our interests, man. So I don't even know why they even up there speaking for our quote-unquote interests. That's what I have a major problem with. Every time I flip the channel, man, to NBC and PBS and, you know, all these different type of channels that's speaking on Black folks' interests, I'm just sick of seeing these people don't even represent us. These people are tethers. Come to find out, you got Nigeria, this lady with this crooked wig. You know, I just got to get this. I'm tired of looking at this, though, Afro Elite. This lady with this crooked wig, Joy Reid, she's talking about this, that, and the third, and she's not even Black American. Why we don't have no Black Americans up there speaking for our interests, man? You got all these foreign folks in these positions, man, on this Democratic Party, and they talking about everything under the sun except our Black American interests. These folks shouldn't even be. We need to be out here protesting, signing papers, man, and getting these people up out of their position. We need to be standing on that type of business, man. You know, that's what I got a problem with, man. You know, I'm sick of looking at the goddamn news and seeing these people up here, and they got a melanated face, and they not even from our lineage, man. They not even Black Americans. So who the hell are them folks to speak for our interests? So yeah, I'm sick of that, Afro. I'm sick of it. I've been seeing it for the last 3 years, man. I'm tired of it, man.
You know, yeah. And this is why delineation, you make a great point. This is why us delineating and us specifying that we want our people from our own lineage to be there representing us. This is why it's so important, because for years we was under the whole guise of a black face in a high place is going to help out the community. And then I think Obama was the main thing of, we were like, hey, we got all these black people in these offices and governors and mayors and city council and now the president and all that. And the community seems like we're getting worse and worse. So what's going on? Why is it we got all of these black people up in these positions and then reparations still ain't coming out? Because when you look at the background of these people wouldn't even qualify for reparations. So they don't want us to get it at all.
Right. So that's where the undermining come in at. And then you got the Boule, people like Roland Martin. He's a tether coming to find out from out of Haiti. And he talking and cosplaying us and talking all crazy, trying to talk down on us. And we and our ancestors is the reason why your black ass is even in the position that you in to have a show, to be in politics, to talk anything about the Democratic Party. So he needs to shut the hell up, man. On a serious note, we need to petition and get his musty tether ass up out of there, man. We need to get some of our folks from out of Chicago, California, you know what I'm saying, North Carolina, Atlanta. We need to get some of our black American folks in these positions, man. Or we even got to start donating and start running this tether class up out of our government, man. Because it's not going to work after your upper elite. I just got to say that, man, and get that off my chest, man. You know, I didn't mean to be so passionate, but I'm just sick of seeing what I see on the news, man.
Yeah, I feel you, brother. I do. I appreciate your call. Thank you. I mean, and that's was he not right? Was he not right? He's 100% right. Shout out to, we got some more cash apps from, I don't want to mispronounce the name, Latriva. Okay. And then shout out to Jamel for the cash apps. I appreciate your cash apps. Thank you very much. We're going to get to the next caller. Was he not right? I mean, he's 100% right. This is why interest is never really represented. Caller from area code 281. You're on live. What is your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Afro? This is Jake on the road from out of H-Town. Yeah, man. I had a call. Jago the Rogue from Houston.
Okay.
That's how you say my name. It's Jago the Rogue. Yeah, man, I had to call Lucas like 2.5 months ago, maybe 3, on one of his shows, and I stopped watching him after this new call in, because the dude was sitting up there talking about the Latinos is gonna be in power and we're gonna be the minority, and the Latinos gonna be over us, right? Have more power to us, right? And I was just like, damn, why the fuck he saying some dumbass shit like that? Why is he doing it? So I'm listening to him, and this motherfucker sat up here. Oh, sorry for my language. This dude sat up here and said that the best thing black people could do is join them and learn how to speak Spanish. I was like, wait, hold the hell. I said, nah, let me call this dude. Yeah, bro. I said, nah, let me call this dude. And I called him. I was like, hey, man, what's going on, man? You talking about we need to get with the Latinos that's anti-black, because I didn't say racist, I said anti-black, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a wide range of people right there. So I said anti-black. I said, you know what, bro? I said, I don't give a damn if they is going to have more power. I'm not finna get down with anti-black people. I don't care who they are. I'm not getting down with that. I'm not joining nobody. I said, I'd rather do bad and just stay with my people. Damn it. And like, did you hear me say that? I said, do it. Sound like you was saying that. I said, I could have sworn you said it. Did I say that? It's like he was trying to, you know, like damage control for a second. Like, did you say that? Yeah, I heard you say that. Yeah, I heard you say that. Now, that's not what I meant, but that's what you said, though, dude. And so, you know, the call in, and I didn't even watch the dude anymore after this, because that shit really pissed me off. I don't get that. The first thing these folks be talking about is some kumbaya when there ain't been no damn kumbaya.
Mm-hmm.
That been over with. That POC, that's been so over with. I was on that too when y'all was first talking about it, because I was already feeling it. Because I already seen some stuff over in my apartments from a Latino dude, 5'2", don't weigh 150 pounds wet. Sit up here calling an elderly black woman that's a cat lady. She, man, this is the cleanest cat lady I've seen in my life. She bleached behind her cats 5 to 6 times a day. This dude was going down from his second story apartment right beside me, downstairs in front of her apartment, in front of her door, cleaning up after her. And I keep hearing the argument, how the argument start. He always start with it. Then when he take her there, gaslight her, then she start getting on his ass because she like about 6'4", like about 260. And I'm sitting here like, man, this dude really gonna get his ass whooped. But he says, so one night, I'm in my pad chilling, and I hear the argument start. Man, I hear her go out. Look here, stop coming down here in front of my damn door, clean up behind me. What you trying to say? I'm nasty stuff. I know what people trying to say. Fuck you, B, black B, B. I was like, oh, man, you should have seen me, bro. Man, I put my shoes on so damn fast, man, and came out my door and said, man, what the fuck is you doing? Huh? What the fuck? No, I'm talking to you. Talk to her. No, I'm talking to you, motherfucker. What is you doing calling this black woman bitches? Oh, she hollered at me. Bro, I started laughing. I said, so that's what it is. She hollered at you. I said, so your mama hollered at you, your grandmama hollered at you, your daughter hollered at you, your female cousin hollered at you, your aunt hollered at you, your great-grandmama hollered at you. They all bitches. But I'm hollering at him the whole time. He ain't got no smoke. But they all bitches, though. I said, man, I don't give a fuck how you treat your women, dog. Don't do black women like that. You do your women like that, that's fine. I ain't got shit to say about that. But you not finna do black women like that around me at all.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been on that time, man. Man, I've been through some horrible shit, bro. Growing up in Louisiana, bro. I got abused by ratchet aircracker terrorist teacher at 7 years old. I broke my ankle, and this bitch sat up here didn't call nobody. I had to live 8.5 blocks to my grandparents' house. I hated white people for years, man. And it took, my mom had put me in Sunday school, bro. Sunday study. I'm just church. So I like, okay, you know what? It ain't all white people. It's just some white people. But within that time, man, you couldn't walk in my hood. You can't walk in my hood. Me and my homeboys could not walk in my hood. Hey, man, what you doing? A pile. That's it. It's over with. Mm-hmm. But I chilled out on that. But it took a lot of work for me to get out of there. But it's real easy for me to go back to that shit. Real easy. Especially about this reparations. Because where me and my homeboy grew up in Louisiana, we was taking ours. We was taking that shit. They don't want to give it. All right, then I'm going to take it. But that's all I had to say, man. Yeah, man. Lucas, man, I had to call and check that dude myself, man. And then when I did that, I knew it was bad. But that's all I had to say, bro. I like what you're doing, bro. Please keep doing what you're doing, man. Please keep doing what you're doing. And stay strapped, B1. Stay strapped.
Yep.
I'm out.
Yep. Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Thank you, brother. Hey, I'm gonna say this. And these are the stories that our people got to go through while he's sitting up there telling us what we need to do is learn Spanish so we can take orders from the Hispanics easier. That's what he's saying, because he's essentially giving them control. He's giving them control and saying we just need to learn how to follow their instructions in our country easier. So we need to learn their language. That's what he's saying. They don't even got to learn English. We got to learn their language. That's what he's saying. That's crazy. Caller from area code 359. You're on live. What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, no, I said 359. 859. Caller from area code 859. You're on live. Where? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is June Madden, calling from Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay. What's on your mind? June from Kentucky.
If you hear me okay, I'm never really done this because usually some feedback.
Yeah,
but I'm sure it's probably
fine.
Okay. My biggest concern is blacks not being concerned about HR 40. HR 40, of course, is a bill in Congress that was put in by John Conyers, of course. Jackson Lee continued to put that in, and then she passed. And I think she did it. She was able to put it in before she passed for 24. I don't know who's going to take it up, but that is something that we really, as a people, need to march on Washington for.
Okay.
That's it. I really feel that way. I mean, being from Kentucky, I'm very unhappy with Mitch McConnell, of course, because of what he has to say about it. But I myself have really, really been pushing it. But my pushback is so many people, especially even my family, they get mad at me if I even want to talk about HR 40. I think we need to take the model of John Johnson. Of course, he said it would be $17 trillion, which would be $878,000 a piece. Then people always say, well, how are you going to know who's supposed to get it? It's 43 million of us. You can look at a birth certificate, or you can take our last names. My last name's Madden. Madden's a big name in Kentucky for horses, for horse people. But that's, my issue. I think we need to we can't worry about Donald Trump or who's the president or whatever. We need to organize. And I think it's on the Black churches. We need to stop talking and start organizing.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, right? How do you define HR 40? What is HR 40 to you?
You mean the actual definition, House Resolution 40?
Yeah, because why I'm asking you this is because there's a lot of people who are saying HR 40 is really a stalling tactic from the DNC about reparations. HR 40 is not really reparations, it's just like a nothing burger stalling tactic for reparations. Now, a lot of people say now I can agree with the March on Washington for reparations, but if we're talking about HR 40 isn't a guarantee of anything, So what would you say about HR 40?
HR 40, have you looked at the bill yourself?
Yeah, I've looked at it.
And you know what it's basically a study.
Mm-hmm.
Study paying reparations to African Americans. You mean to tell me we don't even have the wherewithal or the sense to even fight for a study? If they do a study, they're going to have to pay us. Okay.
Well, okay. And let me say this. A lot of people would think that because that does make sense, but even if it was a guaranteed thing to study, because HR 40 is actually not a study and then we're going to, it's not a guarantee. There is no guarantees. And when I looked at HR 40, there is absolutely no guarantees of any result to come out of HR 40. But when we talk about a study, hold on. Let me just ask you this. When we talk about a study, this is really the same energy that we saw in California. When we had California for the last couple years, they had a task force specifically dedicated to reparations. And at the end of the task force, when they all concluded, when they signed their bills and all of that stuff, the Democratic Party and none of them wanted to sign off on the reparations. No, they just completely killed the bill. So, I mean, a study, we can talk about it and study it and discuss it all day, but at the end of the day, we see these people are not willing to actually sign off on it. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes, when people make the argument about a study, that gets used as a stalling tactic. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying, but this has to be done federally. It cannot be done by states. HR 40 is a federal bill.
Okay, can I ask you why do you feel like it can't be done by state?
Distraction, if you ask me. We need a federal law. And HR 40 is a beginning, at least. If you can just get that bill through, okay, we don't really even need HR 40. What about the Kerner report? The Kerner report itself tells you everything, but nobody's pressed that. We already have things in play. Dr. Claude Anderson right now has the Special Order 15 in the courts to actually deal with the 40 acres and a mule, that the Indians were supposed to pay 40 acres and a mule and $100. But Andrew Jackson, I guess, during Reconstruction, 1865. Andrew Johnson.
Let me ask you this. Though. Let me ask you this. If now you just admitted that we don't need a study. So if we don't need a study, and we understand a study is gonna is a stalling tactic, so they can placate us, they can pretend that they're interested or trying to figure out how we can get reparations. Let's just cut through the middleman. That's what a lot of people are saying, because you got illegal immigrants coming over here. They're getting checks, they're getting resources, they're getting handouts. You got American money being sent overseas, no study, no commission, none of that stuff being done. So when it comes to other people and what other people need, it can get done immediately. I mean, just give me the check and I'm gonna sign my name on it. You know, now when it comes to us, we all need this. We need to study it. We need to discuss it. We need to do all of this stuff. So if you said we don't need, I agree with that. Let's just cut through the middleman. You know what I'm saying? Let's cut through the middleman.
So we just do. I mean, you got to understand the way I understand it. Immigration, all this comes under the law.
Say
That's
that
why
they're
getting what
you say that one more time. Immigration, what?
I said, what the immigrants get comes through the law. It comes through immigration law. So there's laws for them out there to get what they're getting.
Well,
that's why I say we need to go through the law.
Well,
the law is
this. Let's put that into context, though. Let's put it into context, because there's no law that requires cities like Chicago, cities like New York, to put these people who have not been granted asylum. They have legally not been granted asylum. There's no laws to say that they're going to give them debit cards. There's no law to say that. There's no law that says that they're going to put them in hotels and everything. There's no law that says that they are going to be prioritized, or they have to be prioritized over the citizens. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, they're breaking the law by allowing all of this stuff to happen, because these people have legally not been granted asylum. So legally speaking, these people shouldn't even be here. So really, when we're talking about illegal immigrants, they're breaking the law for them. You know what I'm saying?
But this all happened under the law. Those people came into our interior, to Chicago and New York. They didn't come illegally.
They did come illegally, brother. They did. They crawled under barbed wires and they entered the country illegally. They did not enter the country through legal means, so it's illegal.
But they bust them to these cities.
The reason why they bust them is because Biden did not allow Greg Abbott to send them back to Mexico. Biden says once they're in this country, we can't. Greg Abbott can't force them to leave the country. So Greg Abbott was saying, okay, well, if I can't force them to leave, they don't have to stay here. So I'm gonna send them to Democratic cities. But if Biden allowed them to leave the country, or if not even enter the country in the first place, they wouldn't even be here. You know, so none of this is what they're doing for them. Really, is really not legal. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then why aren't they being deported?
They're gonna be deported, and in a little bit, in like a couple months, they're gonna be deported.
You mean because Trump's in?
Yeah.
But still, I think you look closer. Chicago is a sanctuary city. So is New York. That gave them rights to send them to those cities.
Because we got to be clear with the definition. What a sanctuary city is, technically, is a city that says that they're not going to work with ICE or any deportation agency to deport people. That's technically what a sanctuary city is. They're not. A lot of people don't understand that, because sanctuary cities have been used as a place where immigrants get priority over the citizens. That's not technically legally how it's supposed to work. They just don't get deported. The sanctuary city does not guarantee nobody no debit cards, no food stamps, thousands of dollars in food stamps and debit cards and 5-star hotel rooms and all of this stuff. That's not what a sanctuary city guarantees anybody. You know,
but they are giving that to those people,
and
right?
that's what we're saying. That's the problem.
So there's got to be everything's documented. So each one of these people has to have a green card or social security number assigned to them. They know where these people are, because if they're getting what you're saying that they're getting, everything has a paper trail. There's numbers for everything, unless you just come in and somebody's hiding you.
Let me
Like,
ask you, how do you think that they're getting a green card if they're crawling under barbed wire and they're swimming through rivers to crawl through the gates and break into the country? How do they have a green card?
So are these the same people that are being bused to these sanctuary cities?
They are, because these are the people that are actually committing crimes. This is what the Chicago Police Department's been saying. This is what the Denver Police Department's been saying. This is what the New York Police Department's been saying. These are saying that these people are criminals coming over here. And what happens, and I've talked about this for at least the last couple years, what happens is they get arrested, and then when they get out of jail, they just change their name because there's really no legal identification on who they are. So they're Jose when they get arrested on Monday, and then they become Michael when they get arrested on Tuesday, and then they become Juan when they get arrested on Wednesday. So they've been doing that because there's really no paper trail for these people, you know?
There's a paper trail if you get arrested. So why aren't these people being
if you get arrested and you can give somebody a false name, which is the police department's confessing that this is what they've been doing. That when they arrest them, they act because you don't got no ID. If you don't got no ID and you're not in the system, so they can't put your fingerprints on the machine and find out who you are. You don't got no ID or identification. They ask you, you tell them a name, you give them a name, and then you get let out. And then you can just say, okay, well, my name is something different, you know?
Well, normally the person that's arrested, they're arrested for a reason, right? So they're not going to get out only on. Anyway, that's a little bit awful.
I'm sorry.
But I'm saying HR 40.
That's been happening. And let's talk about the HR 40. Let me ask you this, because you admitted, and let's go back to this. You admitted that we do not need a study for reparations, right? Do you believe that we do not need a study? We can cut through the middleman, right?
No, when I said that, I said it in context of the Kerner report was done. If we go back to that, then we don't need a study. If we just use that, that's what I said.
Well, if there's a way we don't need a study, then we just don't need a study. Because here's when it comes to us, right? When it comes to us, we get told we need to study and we need to research it and we need to do all of this stuff, and nobody else gets told that. Nobody. So that's why we're saying all of this talk about a study. You know what I'm saying? You can miss us with a study because nobody else gets told that they need to study.
We need to do studies, whatever it takes to get what we get as American descendants of slaves. That bill, I don't see any other bill in Congress that's going towards that. First of all, you can't just give people money and you haven't done gathered. How are we supposed to?
Okay, I get that. Let me ask you a question. Did you vote this election?
I voted every election. Unfortunately, I voted this election. I didn't really want to.
Okay. Who, if you don't mind, who did you vote for?
I voted for Kamala because I felt bullied.
You felt okay. You felt bullied, and you voted for her. What do you think she's going to do for reparations, or even HR 40?
I was going to wait and see. I mean, I don't care.
Okay,
she's not in there.
Hold on. I mean, she is in office now, right? Yeah. She is in office now. So do you think, I mean, why isn't she doing anything now?
Because we're not pressing her to do anything.
Why isn't Biden doing anything now?
Because we're not pressing Biden. The thing that he should do, and my suggestion is, if he wants to go to heaven, go ahead and do an executive order for HR 40. Just put it in place. We need to the same way
Okay. So let me ask you this, and I appreciate your patience, and we're gonna get to. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let you get the last word out, and then we're gonna get to some more callers. If you say Biden, you voted for Harris, Biden and Harris are in office right now. For the last 4 years, they've not pushed HR 40, even after Jackson Lee's death. There was still not this big push for HR 40. They weren't like, we're going to avenge her death or we're going to do justice by her. There has not been a push for HR 40, which me and you both agreed is actually not reparations. So if they're not pushing for reparations or even HR 40, why do you think that voting for them is going to get us any closer to that? We need to have a very realistic understanding of where both of the parties stand, and then what HR 40 really is, because we keep dragging our feet with the process of the DNC, which is why in California they still haven't gotten reparations, and you got illegal immigrants coming over getting our benefits, our resources. So I'm gonna let you have your final word to say what you have to say about that, and then we're gonna get to some more callers.
I enjoy your show, and it motivates me to want to do my own thing. I just haven't. That's the issue. I went back to school. I'm 67. I went back to school because once you turn 65, you can go back to school for free. And I'm taking African American studies classes and criminal justice classes because I want to go to law school. By the time I'm 70, hopefully I'll be out. But the point being is that bill. Now, the Kentucky senator, the Kentucky congressman, he put in HR 4321. Have you heard about that bill? Do you know what that bill is?
I've heard about it. I don't know exactly the details, but okay.
What it is. This bill is to cut reparations. Any state that pays reparations would be cut out of federal funding. This is Kentucky, and I ain't got to them yet, which I'm gonna get to them. But I was just really surprised that I got through to you. I usually don't. My argument about HR 40 is let's get it passed. If nothing else, I know it's just a step, but it's better than nothing. And it's a bill. They can't do anything about it. I mean, my goal really is to go to Washington, D.C. to speak to Congress. That's my goal. I'm going to hit up my senator and Mitch McConnell, whomever, to talk. My grandmother was War Mother of the Year. She had 6 sons in the military at the same time. Veterans Day brought this to my mind.
Okay, we got some more callers. I'm gonna have to land your plane. I'm gonna have to let you.
Okay, and thank you for even taking my call. But I'm still gonna fight for HR 40, and I hope everybody else will too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You have a good night.
Be blessed.
All right. I handled and there's a reason why I didn't go off, because I wanted this to be an example for us to all learn. Now we learn how to deal with this stuff, but we got some more callers. I know we got people want to talk about that. So and y'all been waiting patiently. I appreciate that. Caller from area code 501. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Boo Cool from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Brother, what's on your mind?
I was just wanting to call in for a minute, and I'm have listened to you for a while, even in your spaces there. And one of the things that I have a problem with is these young tellers calling in with all this foolishness and talking crazy and talking stupid and really don't have a grasp of what's going on in America as far as us as black people and what we've had to endure. I grew up during the tail end of Jim Crow, and I remember when we had to travel by the Green Book. Some of y'all asked your grandparents about the Green Book. There were certain places that you couldn't go, that you better not stop, because you wouldn't see daylight. And they have no grasp of what we as foundational Black Americans have had to go through to get where we are today. And I am so glad to see young people like you, Tariq, the Black Authorities, Vicky Dillard, and others pushing this. And I just want to tell y'all, full speed ahead and keep going and keep attacking. I like what y'all did, especially with taking the Democrats down. They don't want to give Black people credit for what had happened, but I am glad to see you all take a stand. And I am glad to see you all put the old civil rights Negroes to rest.
Yep.
And I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing.
Yep. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too. Well, that was a refreshing call. And that's another point too. Some people in the chat room saying Juan Crow. Now you got Hispanics pretty much saying that they went through Jim Crow. We still got people alive today who went through Jim Crow. You don't see a Hispanic at all talking about I lived through Juan Crow. You got a whole bunch of Black Americans talking about they lived through Jim Crow, still alive today. So we're not playing these games. Caller from area code 202. You're on live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Black. Afro. I'm so sorry. I don't normally call twice, but this is Jane from DC. That lady pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the reason why we don't need to listen to them old ass niggas, because she was bloviating about a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of fucking nonsense. Ma'am, HR 40 was 40 years ago, and 40 years before that, no one gave a damn. We don't give a damn now. We don't need another study. Why do we need to study what we've all been experiencing, woman? Leave the bottle alone and stop lying to yourself. And then she come up with the whole shit about her being bullied into vote. How dare you come in and try to chastise us when your punk ass can't even stand up to not voting for somebody that's against your interests?
Mm-hmm.
We cannot listen to people like her. That conversation completely disgusted me. I mean, she just kept going on and on. You're better than me, brother. I give you your flowers because I would disconnect the call through the first or third damn word she said. She sounded stupid. Old ass nigga, don't call up here no more with that bullshit. We on a whole nother train. Your tracks ended where it ended at. We built a whole nother rail. Stay the fuck out of our way with this bullshit. And I'm going to land my plane.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And that's another good point. Let's be honest. She started the call talking about we need a march on Washington for HR 40. We've had 2 reparations rallies in Washington, D.C. for reparations. Not no HR. We didn't have the rally for HR 40. We had the rally for reparations in Washington. Okay. So that's better than a march on Washington. How you gonna have a march on Washington if you get bullied into voting for somebody who's not for reparations or even HR 40? If you don't have the backbone to stand up for your own political interests and you get bullied into going to the ballot box to vote for somebody who's against your interests, what do you think you're gonna do at a march on Washington? When you go to DC and you talk to a politician who's firmly gonna tell you no, they're gonna laugh you completely out the room. They're gonna say no, ain't no reparations, ain't no HR 40, get out of here. What you gonna do? If you this easy to fold and bend, what are you gonna do? These are the people you want to represent us in Washington, D.C. These the people who get bullied at 60, what she say, 67 or something like that? 60 years old, you getting bullied into voting.
Who the asshole to be talking like that? And this is the problem. She probably ain't had nothing to do with the March on Washington, just like she ain't had shit to do with the reparations rally. So we don't need your advice. Another nonsense. We just don't need it. And this is not the time for it. Lady, sit your ass down, enjoy your trail mix and your prune juice, and stay the fuck away from us. We don't want it.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean that. I don't normally call back, but that woman, just sitting there listening to her, just was, you know, they say that you lose brain cells into that kind of shit, but I think my brain shriveled listening to that shit.
True, yeah.
She just was making me sick. God damn, woman. It took 20 seconds for you to think about even picking up the bottle. You should have never picked up the damn phone to call. That's what the bullshit. Lord, let me hang up. I promise you I'm getting pissed off. I'll land my plane.
Thank you, brother. That's our brother Gene from DC. That's the energy that we want in Washington, DC. That's that energy right there. That FBA spirit, that the majority spirit, that's what we need in DC. You sit up there and notice everything I was saying she was going against. When I was saying, okay, well, what about the illegals getting it? Because she slipped up and admitted we don't need HR 40. She slipped up, and I was like, oh, you see, now we can agree we don't need HR 40. So what about the illegal immigrants? Oh, they're getting stuff legally. I'm like, well, technically they not. And everywhere we going, she's sitting up there parrying the DNC talking points. But yeah, I was letting her talk so she can expose herself with that. Let me get to the next caller from area code 267. You're on live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Afro, this is Curtis. I'm calling from Philly.
Curtis from Philly, brother. What's on your mind?
Yeah. I want to, kind of expound what that brother was saying, because I'm 64 years old and I want my check. You understand? She talking about that HO 40. What about Martin Luther King said that we going to Washington D.C. to get our checks?
Yep.
You understand? It seems like every time that somebody brings up that HO 40, right, or even when it comes to the legal immigrants, they can break the law, but when it comes down to the FBA getting our checks, we got to withhold the law. What's up with that?
Yep. Yep.
Yep. We gotta go by the books and everything, and they allow these illegal aliens to come over here to get free money, and also the government breaks the law. But when it comes down for us to get our check, we gotta withstand the law.
Mm-hmm.
So, lady, I'm 64 years old. I want my check. I just buried my aunt about a month ago, and she was 93 years old. I wanted her to see in California reparations so they can get their reparations, but she died. So your old folks that's born back in the 40s and 50s, stay out of it. I'm 64 years old. I want my check. And that's all I got to say, Afro Elite, man. God bless you and keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. See, that, like I'm saying, y'all, that's the energy we need in DC. If we gonna talk about a new march for on Washington or another rally, that's the energy we need. We don't need people who talking about getting bullied into voting for Kamala Harris. We don't need that. What are you gonna do when we go to DC? Okay. Now caller from area code 312. You're on live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Chris. I'm from Chicago, just like you. And
Chris from Chicago, brother. How you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm good. I actually have an idea for how we can leverage these politicians to give us what we want.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking an easy thing to boycott is the major clothing stores, right? So like H&M, Marshalls, Forever 21, like you can rattle them off at the top of your head. But that would be a very easy thing to boycott for just a month, right? If you can get a good amount of Black people to boycott a handful of clothing stores, major clothing stores, for a month, it would somewhat resemble the riots of the George Floyd riots. It would hit their pockets deep. And then we could use that as leverage to say, okay, if you want us to start spending money at your retail stores, you got to give us, because they have the lobbying power to push whatever we need through. We can be like, all right, you need to give us our reparations and give us our anti-Black hate crime bill.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting theory. Here's the thing with that. To talk about retail stores or whatever the case is, do they have a sway when it comes to the federal government as far as reparations? I can see them holding, first off, enough Black people not getting on board, but let's say we all did and we stopped going to H&M, we stopped buying all of these Nike and all, even if we did do all of that stuff,
right,
it's not like they can pass the legislation. So like I said, we're trying to do this And I think that, and I like the spirit of the idea, but we're still trying to use the middleman. Like if we use the clothing store, we're trying to go through, well, we're going to attack the clothing store, or we're going to boycott the clothing store, and then have the clothing store talk to the government about it. You know what I'm saying? And let's cut out the middleman. You know what I'm saying? Because these other groups of people, they don't have to boycott stores. You know, and if we want to talk about it, I think what we need to be doing, if we're going to be honest, we need to be making our own stores. We need to be making our own brands. We need to be making our own stuff, so we can be doing that. And then I think when we economically empower our own community, then we'll have more leverage. But if, as far as going to the middleman and then having H&M go to the federal government, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, that's the long way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? These other groups of people, they don't really have to go that way. So let's see it in that perspective. I respect the spirit of what you're saying, but let's see it from that way.
Yeah. So when they did those boycotts during the civil rights movement, were those entities that were directly tied to the government? I can't remember if all of them were, because I know that the bus boycott, that has ties to the government, but.
Well, yeah, the bus boycott, the reason why the bus boycott was successful is because the buses wanted the laws to change so they can get money, because the buses were missing out on money. That's kind of, so it's a little different scenario. It's kind of like comparing apples to oranges in that case.
I see. Okay.
And I'm saying, I'm not saying that we should not direct our money other ways. There's a lot of better ways we can be spending our money. So I can agree with that as a concept and even as a strategy. But as far as using that for reparations, now maybe we can use that and we can take our money to fuel our own things. If we want to pull our money out of something, the reason why boycotts don't tend to work, especially in this generation, is because when you boycott something, you would need something to replace that. So by definition, boycotts are always temporary. You're always going to go back. That's why boycotts, that's why most of these big corporations with all of this money, they tend to wait out the people, because unless you have something else that the people can go for, unless you got another clothing store or something that people can go to, they'll just wait you out. That's why most boycotts fail, because they can just wait you out. You know what I'm saying? So the way to be successful is, instead of having a boycott, which is temporary, you have a replacement for where you're going to go. So what we need to do is we need to develop our replacements for H&M and our replacements for Nike and our replacements for
Under
Gucci and all that stuff,
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to have an event here in Chicago?
I was thinking about that. I'm thinking about ending the year off with something. I'm not 100% sure, so or maybe having something towards the beginning of next year. I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of piecing that together.
Okay. I'm gonna have my ear to the ground.
All right, yeah, definitely. Thank you, brother. I appreciate your call.
Absolutely. Take care.
All right, you too. All right, caller. I appreciate y'all patience, callers. Caller from area code 657. You're on live. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, hey, Afro Elite. Yeah, I had to call back, man. I just had this D from LA. I have to make this statement, man. Look, for all you elders, and we respect our FBA, respect our elders, but anybody 65 or older, y'all just move to the side and sit down, and we're gonna have some women take care of y'all. And let us, go ahead and raise hell about our demands for reparations. We don't even need y'all 2 cents in it, man. Y'all had y'all time in the civil rights era. Y'all did what y'all did. We applaud y'all and we grateful to y'all for that. But y'all just stay out the way now, and let us foundational Black American folks, make our demands and stand on business for our reparations, because it's going to get to the point where some of us is going to be ready to die for their kids and their kids' kids for our reparations. Some of us got that much heart to be on the front line for our reparations. We not playing. So you elders, y'all just stay out the way because y'all not helping. Y'all all y'all doing is hindering us, and let us do what we need to do and keep pushing this line for our reparations. That's all I have to say. Afro Elite, peace. Be one.
Thank you. Be one, brother. Hey, and that's true. Like, unless you helping the cause, you in the way. Unless you helping the cause, you're in the way, and you gotta go. You in the way. And what we gonna do with you if you can be at 60 something years old, you can be who is bullying you to vote for Kamala? You really wanted to vote for Kamala. You don't want to admit it, but you really wanted to do that. Ain't nobody bullying no 60-year-old because nobody bullied you into voting for Trump. Ain't nobody bullied you into voting for the couch. So no, you was not bullied. And that's that dishonesty and stuff. We can't do nothing with that. We can't. What are we gonna do with that? What is dishonest? Somebody in their 60s. What are we gonna do with that? Caller from area code 253. You're on live. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Greg from Washington State. What's up, young brother? I always appreciate listening to you.
Greg, what's on your mind, bro? Thank you, brother. What's on your mind?
You know, I'm going to go kind of quick, but I just want to say things because, you know, I don't want to waste too much time on this, you know, amazing Lucas or whatever he's supposed to be. But I'm like, he got that American flag on his hat. But those of us that are real FBA, them same people that be out there lynching and hurting our people, what flag they wear?
Yeah, there's the flag. Yep.
They wear that flag. Yet they wear that flag. And this is my thing. After all these years, young brother, now me, I'm 53. I am third generation Army combat vet. Why, after all these years, our people are still fighting for civil rights?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm over in Washington. I'm in Washington State. They got all these Native Americans over here with casinos and all that stuff. They get money for being Native American, but this is what people don't understand. When they turn either 18 or 21, they get a lump check. I think it's anywhere from $300,000 to $400,000. And then for some of them families, they pay these Native Americans to, you know, to reproduce. So they get stipends for making kids.
They pay
a
them
lot
to
of folks don't talk
reproduce.
about.
Now that's interesting. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Those over here in Washington State that see these big casinos, you know, some of us that see that, they see that. You know what I mean? But see, people don't talk about that. But see, this is the thing. Did they do a study on them? You know, I don't think they did a study on them, you know?
Nope. No
Then
study. No study necessary. No study, no task force, no commission, nothing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But they giving them, look, they got their own people that go to the White House and represent them up in there, you know? They also got their own judicial system, law enforcement, all this stuff. This is the stuff we see. But I'm going to switch gears on you again. Now, when I look at this, you know, they say make America great again and all this other BS right here. But this is the thing. America wouldn't be nothing without SBA. But what I need people to understand is that America wouldn't be great without our ancestors. All these wars that were won and fought were fought off the blood of our people and stuff like that. Our people that mess around, they had to sit in rail cars behind Nazis. And then when some of our ancestors came home, they was getting lynched because our people did what some of these cowards wouldn't do. The same ones that represent that flag and try to be militia, but don't want to go nowhere and do anything to protect this country, you know? I look at stuff like that, but then, you know, I look at, you know, the reparations and all that stuff like that. And they talk about this Juan Crow, Afro Elite, you a smart young brother. Have you seen any documentation or pictures of any of them being hung up, mutilated, or whatever on pictures or anything like that?
Nope. Nope.
But yet still, they said they had. That's why I said, to say all this, and me, I'm gonna be honest with you. My family's from Alabama. I have seen it all. I've seen the Klan face to face, and stuff like that. So when I say this, I'm like, you got certain people saying they did this and that. I ain't seen no Asians being lynched. I ain't seen no Hispanics being lynched. I ain't seen none of that stuff. But now, there was a caller earlier talking about, certain people coming across the border and stuff like that. But it's some stuff that we see up here in Washington State that a lot of these Native Americans are literally getting together with some of those guys there, and they're reproducing a lot.
Mm.
And a lot of them guys over there can't speak English, if you get where I'm going with this, and stuff like that. So it's a lot of stuff that our people need to really understand. Sometimes we just got to shut the hell up and just kind of watch things and stuff like that. We have to watch. And then I'm going to say this, and I'm going to land my helicopter. I'm not mad at our people sitting there buying Nikes and all that stuff like that. But if you can sit out there and wait 12 to 24 hours over a pair of shoes, I need you to go to one of them power tool shops and go sit there and go get you something in that power tool shop. Much love, respect to all of y'all, brother Afro. I appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. That's
yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, that's true. That's true. 100%. Now we got a couple more calls. We've been having callers for a minute, but a lot of the callers been good callers. Caller from area code 785. You're on live. What is your name? Where you calling from?
This is Joan calling from Kansas.
You said June from Kansas?
Yes.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to call in and say I really appreciate. I watch your show every week, and I appreciate the work that you do, young man. I want to put this HR 40 thing to bed.
Okay.
I am 72 years old, so I'm the elder in the room right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to get off too much in what that woman said before, because she was way off base, didn't know nothing. So I'm just not going to say, and I'm not going to do it. HR 40, you got to watch white folks and their wording. HR 40 is to establish a commission to have a study. It's not even about a study. Lyndon Baines Johnson, way back when, back in the 60s, and like I say, I've been here a while. You said all you got to do is give these Negroes something. Don't give them nothing that's going to help them, but just give them a little bit of something to keep them quiet. That was back when we was in the streets, the rioting days. And that's exactly what HR 40 was all about, to establish a commission. And we are such a damaged people that we thought we were finally making some headway, but it wasn't nothing but a stall tactic. We don't need it. You young people keep going. I'm going to be out of here soon, but y'all keep going, and you got my blessing, and I thank you for letting me holler at you tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate your call. Thank you very much. And you 100% correct. You're 100% correct. So that's why we got to be very clear with this thing and not stall. That's that dragging of the feet nothing burger. Okay? It's meant to literally keep us on a treadmill to nowhere. It's never meant to do anything. That's why they keep talking about it. So we got to we cut straight through that. Ain't no treadmill, ain't no none of that. We're not chasing the carrot on the stick anymore. And I appreciate your call. Thank you.
Thank you. Be blessed.
All right, you too. You have a good one. All right, and we're gonna get to this caller. We've had a lot of callers. We'll probably wrap it up right here. Caller from area code 213. You're on live. What is your name? Where you calling from?
McKinley Robinson. I'm calling from LA.
Okay.
Hello?
You said Robinson from LA?
Yeah, McKinley Robinson. I'm calling from LA.
Okay. What's on your mind, brother?
I got a question. What is the constant pertaining to black people? What is one thing that all black people would agree upon?
All, like, you mean all FB? You mean all FBA
One
or
word.
just any
It's
black
one
person?
word. No, it's one word that every black person would agree upon. And that word is the word that they can't say. I'm giving you a prime example. What is the first letter in Jesus?
What is the first letter in what?
Jesus.
J.
Exactly.
In the
Now, you
American
see what you just
translation,
did?
J.
No. Wait a minute. Don't start talking all that. Do you see what you just did?
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you again. Do you see what you just did?
No.
You told me that the letter that you looking at, you not allowed to say what you see. I asked you the first letter that you see. You said J. But you told me the J you looking at, you not allowed to say, because you can only say what you've been programmed to say, which is G. You getting ready to start telling me about that J not being a J, but let me explain something to you. Don't do that. Because when you say the J ain't J, then you're going to eliminate Jerusalem, you're going to eliminate John, you're going to eliminate Judas, you're going to eliminate Jacob. Did you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. Well, let me
Black
clear something up. The reason why I said that is because to be honest, I was not sure where you were going. And I know, like, in different languages, Jesus actually starts with a different letter. So you know what I'm saying?
No,
so yeah.
But you
but
missed what I said.
I'm trying to follow you. So you're saying that are you saying that every black person can agree on Jesus?
Exactly. Every black person will look at Jesus and they will not say Jesus. I'm the only person on the face of this earth who will look at Jesus and I will think Jesus and I will say Jesus. All the rest of y'all, Farrakhan will look at Jesus and say Jesus. That's what's been holding black people back. We keep giving praises and glory to a J as instead of looking at Matthew 1:23, Emmanuel, whose name means God with us. Why does nobody speak upon the only name in the book whose name means God with us? Nobody speaks upon him. I already know why the white people don't speak upon it, because the white people got the black people convinced that the J that they're looking at ain't a J. Because I'm 66. I grew up, it was Jesus. Now it's Jesus and Jesus, but it can't be the J that you're looking at. In Spanish, the J is, Jesse is what? In Spanish. What is Jesse in Spanish? I just said it, Jesse. Jesse is Jesse in Spanish and English. But you're going to tell me put US on the back of Jesse, now it's a G or a Hey. That's our problem. When you can learn to look at Jesus and say in your mind, Jesus, see Jesus, then you can look at Matthew 1:23 and see Emmanuel, the one that them white folks look at but don't say. Because this Matthew 1:23 is in everybody's book. But I'm the only person on the face of this earth who speaks upon Emmanuel, whose name is God with us. And I'm talking about I-M-A-N-U-E-L.
Okay.
See, that's how the white folks been keeping y'all down, because y'all going to church instead of a tabernacle. You're reading the Bible.
Hold on. So we don't lose track. And now I've and this is why, it's important to let the people talk. I'll let you, say it. So we're mispronouncing Jesus, right? Or it's a mispronouncing of words. We can just sum up what you're saying as we are mispronouncing words from the Bible.
No.
And names from the Bible.
No.
That's not what you're saying.
I'm going to say it one more time. Listen to me again. I'm going to say it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus is their God. God of God said, beware of other people's God. God of God said, look up and talk to him. You stand and pray. Mark 11:25, stand and pray. Luke 18:11, stand and pray.
Okay. So I get it. So essentially, right, you're saying that we're worshiping or we're praising the wrong God. We're not praising
people's God. Exactly, because he
Okay.
said, "Beware of other people's God."
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna say
there.
again.
Okay.
Why?
So we get it now. We're here. We're here. We're together with that. So
So
if
what am I saying
all
then? If
if
you got to tell me what I'm saying.
okay, you just said what I just said. You said you're saying that we're worshiping the God that they're worshiping. We're worshiping the wrong God, and we're not worshiping the God that we should be all worshiping. Right?
You should be worshiping. You should give thanks to your big brother Emmanuel. When
Okay.
he says only through me, you get to
We're
God.
not giving.
Y'all
Okay,
keep
we're not.
calling him.
Okay, sir. I'm letting you get your stuff off before we get into the dialogue about it. Okay, but every time I try to sum up what you're saying it's not right. Okay, so Emmanuel, we're not giving the proper respects in praise to Emmanuel. Okay, when
There
so
it is.
essentially,
There it is. I can
sir.
hear it.
Okay, so essentially, who we're praising is not who we should be praising. We are not praising the right.
Thank you.
Okay, so that essentially, because that's what I've been saying.
That's
Essentially, that is what we are doing wrong. Okay, so when we
exactly
start,
because
sir, hold on, sir. So when we start praising, the right person, whether that's Emmanuel, like you said, whether that's Jesus, whoever, whoever we start praising, when we start praising the right individual, right name and person and entity, what is that going to do to white supremacy?
my brother, you still missing the point. God sent Emmanuel for his chosen people. When they say Emmanuel means God with us, it didn't say God with everybody. God with us.
Sir,
When the
okay,
us is the one with the feet of
sir,
finish.
but here's
The
the
us
thing.
is the
We've
one
just
with the feet.
established, sir. Now we're going in a circle because we just established.
No, we didn't, because
sir, we agreed. Sir, come on
What did
now.
we
Now
establish?
we're going in a circle now. We're going in a circle. We just established that the person, we are not praising the right person. You said we do not give enough praise to Emmanuel, and I said okay. So that's the problem. You said yes, that's the problem. So I said okay, if that's the problem and we start giving praise to Emmanuel, what is that going to do with white supremacy? And then you start going back to Emmanuel being sent here. Now we've already established, okay, we have this middle ground.
You want me to answer your question now?
Sir, we have the middle ground where Emmanuel needs praise that we don't give him. So we're going to fix that. But now let me ask you, what is, if we start praising Emmanuel or whoever, if we start praising the right person, how is that going to translate into dismantling white supremacy?
You ready? Can I start? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's going to put white supremacy in its proper place, because once the black man stop bowing his head and stop looking up, God of God will look down into our faces. God of God said, do not bow your head and pray. God did not create man to be weak. He created man to be strong and to look up.
Can I ask you a question? Because you said something that confused me. You said it will put white supremacy in its proper place. What is the proper place for white supremacy?
Behind the black man.
So it's
behind the black man.
Okay,
It's not going to lead.
Okay, you're saying white. Hold on, sir. White supremacy, white people being supreme. The place for white supremacy is behind black men.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. We got it. We got it.
Let me ask you this question.
We got it, sir. We got it. I appreciate you calling in and giving us. We know what to do, y'all. We know what to do. We know what to do now. Instead of dismantling and getting rid of white supremacy, what we need to do is let them keep it, but we need to just get in front of white supremacy through the power of Emmanuel or whoever. All right.
You taking what I said. You taking what I said and going left
every
field
single
with it,
thing you say, I'll repeat exactly what you say. So I'm not taking anything out of context.
Going left field.
Sir, we got the
You
solution.
taking everything I'm saying
You
and
just
going left
told it.
field.
Sir, you have a good one. Okay, you told us the God of gods will order everything when we start praising who we need to be praising. You said we don't give enough praise to Emmanuel. Emmanuel is going to fix
He's the
white
God the
supremacy
Son.
by putting it behind us. That's what you just said. I'm just summarizing what you just said, sir. So thank you very much.
Is that so? You don't hear nothing. So you gonna take what I'm saying and taking it like that, huh?
No, sir. What did you say that's different from what I just said? That's what you said. That is what you said.
My brother, you ever heard of Naaman?
No.
Naaman, 2 Kings 5:27. He went in as a black man, and he came out covered with leprosy, head to toe.
So, okay,
Even
sir,
though he,
before we get
let me
into
finish.
another
Let
scripture
me
or
finish.
another story, we just agreed on how to dismantle or get in front of white supremacy. So we just agreed on that. All right. And you said we need to give more praise to Emmanuel. I'm not even saying nothing about that. That's what you called in, and you said that our problem is talking about that all black people agree on Jesus, which is really not true, but all black people agree on Jesus, and we need to start agreeing on Emmanuel. And I'm saying, okay,
which is really true.
sir.
I dare you to find somebody besides me that's gonna look at JESUS and say Jason. There's nobody else on the face of the earth gonna look at
No, you just,
JESUS.
sir, you just said it. You defeating your own point. You just said it. We agreed. We said it's not Jesus, it's JUSES, is whatever, is something different. And we using the J in the wrong word, and it's not supposed to be J, it's really supposed to be Emmanuel. We agreed on all of that. And then I said, how's that going to defeat white supremacy? And you gave a very articulate answer. And you said that the God of gods is going to order white supremacy where it's supposed to be, and that is behind the black man. That is what you said. Okay, and I'm just repeating what you said in agreement, sir. So thank you very much, because we do have some more callers. Okay, so thank you.
For sure.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
In the name of Emmanuel. Have a
All
great
right.
night.
Good night. Oh my goodness. All right. Here we go. I appreciate your patience, caller. Caller from, and I said we was gonna get off, but you gotta love those. Okay. Caller from area code 267. You are on live. What is your name?
Yeah.
Where are you calling from?
Afro, this is Curtis again from Philadelphia.
Curtis from Philly. What's on your mind, brother?
Yeah, I just wanted to know that last caller talking about that we should boycott the stores again. And I wanted to say, if he's still listening, this is a different time, it's a different day. What I mean, it's different strategies. You understand? What happened back then, it worked perfectly. But what happens today is not going to work what happened last night. You understand? Because we live in different days and different times. You understand? And I like your strategy because y'all don't want to wait. You understand? Because back then we had to go through all this right here. But what I was saying, because what that brother talk about marching or boycotting stores, man, that's old strategy. That's old strategy. You understand? Y'all just keep doing what y'all doing, like I said, and I can't wait till y'all come to Philadelphia, man. Okay.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That's
okay.
He's very correct with that. I will go, and he's very correct. And no disrespect to the March on what, not the March on Washington. No disrespect to the bus boycott, the Montgomery bus boycott. That was something from a different era. Okay, the situation has changed. So what could have worked then is not what can work now. Plus, if we're gonna be honest, the bus boycott, they had a completely different goal with the bus boycott than we have. Martin Luther King, he wasn't really stopping for reparations towards, unfortunately, the end of his life, because the second he started doing it, that's when the government took him out. But before, that's not what he was doing. That wasn't the goal of the society at the time. So first off, we're in a different time. That's number one. And then number two, we got a different goal than what they had. And that's no disrespect to them, but saying we got a different goal and we're in a different time means that what they did ain't gonna work for us. That's really what that means. All right. We'll get to this last caller from area code 773. You're on live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Afro, it's Hurricane.
Hurricane, brother, what's on your mind?
Oh man, I was gonna call in, but oh my God, that religious person. Oh God, he got me dying over here. So I had to call in to say just real quick. Oh my God, that's an example of where religion has done to our people. It has poisoned us so badly. Oh man, but anyway, also speaking on Amazing Lucas, F him. That's all I gotta say about him. And then HR 40, as everyone said before, stalling tactic. We don't need it. You know, like all these other groups, they didn't need it either. So I mean, you know, they didn't need a study and stuff like that. Why is it so hard for us to get our reparations without a study?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you think about that. We're the only group of people, the literal only group of people who get told we need to chase a carrot on a stick. Everybody else just gets the carrot, but we're sitting up there fighting for, I mean, the argument to have a march on Washington to be on a hamster wheel, because the HR 40 thing, that's a hamster wheel that goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. HR 40 been like a thing for what, the last 40 years or something, and it's gone nowhere. Yep. There's no benefit from HR 40. It's literally gone nowhere. We've made, as the grassroots, we've made more progress for reparations in the last 5 years, okay, than HR 40 has ever made. HR 40 has never made any progress. It's never pushed the needle at all. We've never gotten any closer with HR 40. It was us in the last few years who've made the topic of reparations taboo, to now all of the candidates are talking about reparations, and it's a top issue, okay, that is literally destroying political careers and campaigns. And we did that in what 5 years, maybe less. The HR 40 ain't got close. So no, we're not going, the HR 40, that's a nothing burger, man. We're not gonna sit up there and fight for no hamster wheel to be put on the hamster wheel forever. No.
They can stay on a dusty shelf wherever it came from. Stay there. We don't need you. So that's all I have to say. B1.
B1, brother. Thank you. Yep. Appreciate it. Got a Maz in there. Shout out to Hurricane. So yeah, we're gonna wrap the calls up there. Yeah, we can wrap the calls up right here. That's a good one. That's a great way to end it. It's a great way to end that. So yeah, man, we HR 40, all of this stuff, all of these stalling tactics, we're not gonna go for that no more. We're not gonna go for that no more. Now here's what's interesting. They want to talk about HR 40. If that's necessary, wouldn't Trump need HR 40 for white people? So when they try to fearmonger us and shame us into HR 40, you need that for black people, but when it comes to everybody else, now they're just saying that Trump is going to give reparations to white people. They're not saying that, oh no, we don't have to worry about that because Trump didn't go through HR 40. You need an HR 40 or an HR 50 or something. They're not saying that Trump needs to do that. So like I said, they low key, to be honest, they just told on themselves. They all did. They really did. If they are admitting that it's a possibility, which is not really, but if they admit that it's a possibility for Trump to give white people reparations, notice he don't need no HR 40, he don't need no task force, he don't need no commission, he don't need no study, no nation poll, no nothing. Okay, he ain't got to wait for the budget and wait for he don't got to do none of that. If they admit it, he can do that. Then that means HR 40 is not necessary. That is exactly what that means. That means all of the stalling tactics that they use. Oh, well, hold on. You got to understand the way civics work in a process. And you got to understand Congress is the one who holds the purse. So we got to get it through Congress first. And in order for Congress to do it, we need majority of the seats in the House and the Senate. All of that stuff that they talking about. You have to admit that all of that is a lie. All of that is a lie. All of the little loopholes and stuff like that they tell us we got to go through. I mean, because we gotta backflip through loops of fire like we in a circus in order for us to get anything. We got to start juggling pinballs in the bowling thing, juggling the pinballs while we balancing on like a bicycle or something like that. We got to do all of this amazing stuff in order for us to get anywhere, and then nobody else got to do that. Oh, so if they can get it, we can get it. If they don't need HR 40, if immigrants don't need HR 40, if Ukraine don't need HR 40, if white students who don't get discriminated, if they don't need HR 40, then who the hell are you to tell us that we need HR 40? You just defeated your own point. This is why we take these moments and we flip them. We flip them. First off, if Trump wants to implement this stuff, we can run up a bag with this, especially our young folk. You know what I'm saying? First getting into college. Oh, y'all can run up a bag with this, and I hope y'all do. I hope a lot of young FBA brothers and sisters run up a bag with this thing. I hope we can get elders, because you can prove that, hey, just because I'm an elder don't mean I wasn't discriminated. We talk about discrimination. Let me go back because I was discriminated against. And you can show where you applied to this college and you was denied. Okay, well, that's discrimination. Oh, we can run up a bag with this. Let's get it. Let's get it. Because this ain't going to stop us, and this ain't going to show that we not taking a step back with the movement. In fact, we can use this as a perfect example of how the Democrats refuse to do anything. Oh, they don't know how they already told on themselves. They should have never even tried to use this against us, because now they're the ones being played. Now y'all the ones looking dumb because y'all said reparations couldn't happen, but now y'all saying it can. So now y'all looking like liars. That's what y'all looking like. So really what they've done is prove us right. They've proved us right again. It's good to be on the right side of history. It feels good to be on the right side of history. It really, really does. We got a couple more cash apps. Let me see. Did we get some more cash apps? Yeah, we got a couple more cash apps from Lionel. I appreciate our brother Lionel. Lionel, I believe that's brother. Appreciate you, Lionel. Appreciate your family. Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that. But we've been on for a good minute. And I love it when we have callers. We always go on for like an hour plus with the callers. We got a lot of callers. Shout out to you all. Make sure that you guys follow me on social media, my various social media accounts. That's Afro Elite on Instagram, and then the Afro Elite on X, Twitter. And the links to both of those are in the description below. Also, it's very important. Y'all like this content. Y'all like us getting this out here. Y'all got to make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button so we can really circulate in the algorithm. We'll have more people to come in. All right. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the white reparations. Amazing Lucas. Any of the callers. All right. Do we need to? Let me ask y'all a question. Do we need to start going to Emmanuel? Is Emmanuel going to dismantle, or not dismantle, I'm sorry, get us in front of white supremacy? Is it because we're saying Jesus instead of Jesus or Jesus or whoever? Is it because of the God of gods being upset that we're praising Jesus? And that's something that we all need to get together on. Do we need to go march on Washington for HR 40? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. Let me know. All right. And now with that being said, brothers and sisters, be one to every single last one of you all. Thank you all for watching, and you all have a good one.